Oh snap, we blacked them, but oh hi, there we are. Howdy,
Man,
how's
don't
it
come here
going?
posing like that.
Just called me while I was doing a little reading, doing a little. Yeah,
Um,
didn't even see you there. Didn't even see you come in. Didn't even.
Man, see, I knew you were going to Dollar Tree to get that incense. I knew that's what
Hey,
you were
look,
doing.
you damn right. Got some incense and some green tea. All right. And
Oh,
it's
see,
still hot. Oh my
I
god.
didn't guess that one, but I should have got that one. Green tea. I said wine, but yeah, green tea. You on your health kick right now too.
Yeah,
So,
you know what I'm saying? Gotta get them antioxidants,
oh,
oxidines and shit.
okay, okay, you're fancy there.
Whatever.
All
Yeah,
right.
whatever antioxidant means. That's what we're doing. That's what we're
Your
doing.
antioxidants and your OxyClean, all that.
Hell yeah, you vitamin D's. You know what I'm saying? Everything from Sunny Delight commercial that they tell you need. You need. You're just not gonna get it from Sunny Delight. That's the lie.
All you getting is dye and oranges and sugar,
Dye and
mostly
bees.
sugar. That's what Kool-Aid is: it's sugar and dye.
You're
You
just
know,
gonna
if you
die.
drink enough of it, you will die early too.
You're gonna die early with a red tongue. Because
Right, right.
his favorite, he we told him 300 pounds ago this might be his last drink, but he loved cherry,
Can
and he just had to have cherry flavor.
I can just picture the scene though? Like somebody comes up on the scene, see how the person died. They got the blanket over him. They pull it back, and like, how he died? And they open the tongue up.
Yeah, man.
You know, Harry.
So, oh,
I mean,
Wallenberry. Clint took another one.
not the
Tropical.
first time. It's always in this black community. Damn it. Damn, he done froze up on me.
Right now, got me some new pre rolls. He's
What
got
was
sunflowers on them.
what brand is that? What you got?
This brand is called. Here's a free plug. Beautiful Burns.
Beautiful
Okay,
Burns.
Beautiful Burns.
Where'd you get that from?
Smoker friendly, located off of Bragg Boulevard in the Utah shopping complex.
Okay, I was about to say I didn't think you got that from Dollar Tree. I was about to
Oh
say.
no, Dollar Tree is located conveniently right next door,
Right. I know they had incense. I don't
right
know.
next to your your local IGA. Hometown
Right.
proud.
All right. All right. Waiting for Priest to get up here. Got a couple other people coming up in the background somewhere. Got somebody new coming. Oh, you done froze up on me. The incense done got into your Wi-Fi and got your Wi-Fi slowing up.
Oh, right. There we go. There
Yep.
we go.
That's what's that behind your chair, man?
Oh, that is well, I got my green screen up. It's about to get real.
Nah,
We
not
about to
even, or
we
not.
about to
Well,
do some
on your
real
chair.
stuff.
On your chair, actually, that's what I meant.
Oh, well, this is my Biggie Smalls jersey.
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah, bad boy.
That's a
Biggie
classic
had that
jersey
shit
there.
on. I'm a collector of classic hip hop jerseys or just classic '90s jersey. I have a Mighty Ducks jersey. I have a Bell Academy jersey of Fresh Prince fame.
Okay,
Um,
I was thinking about that one.
I'm definitely going to invest in a Jesus Shuttleworth John. Definitely going to invest in anything Dwayne, any Dwayne Martin movie. He's wearing a basketball jersey, and I will have it. So above the rim, coming for
Above the
you.
rim.
Any all his whole wardrobe from all of us.
You have anything from Sunset Park?
I don't think I've seen that one. Sunset Park.
Yeah, Sunset Park. It's not one of the more popular ones. It's a kind
I have
of
not seen that.
small coat field. Had the guy from dang, I can't even think of the dude name from now. Yeah, Sticky Fingers in the group. What was it? It was from
Oh,
Brooklyn.
Onyx.
Brooklyn. Onyx, yeah.
Oddly enough, speaking of Sticky Fingers, what's that in which praise? I was just watching
Hey,
Sticky Fingers. In
Please
2006, he starred in a
don't break
Blade TV show.
it. Yeah, please don't break that up. No, no.
It happened. It happened, and he removed the fingers from his name. He was just Sticky. It said Kurt Sticky Jones. That was his
That,
name, and
that did not help his cause whatsoever.
it didn't. You should have stayed on Moesha, nigga.
Oh man. But no,
Mo
that was the other
no
dude.
to the
That was the other dude. That was the other guy in Onyx.
the slightly or the slightly darker, angry, loud one.
Yeah, now I gotta
Them
look at
niggas really just had a rap career off of being aggressive.
Preezy, what's it? I know Preezy. You ought to know this. What's the group? Oh, it's Onyx. What's the short dude from Onyx that was in Sunset Park? And he was on Moesha. I know you gotta know. That's from your borough.
That's Sticky Fingers.
I know what he's talking about. I don't know his name.
I thought it was Sticky Fingers that was on Moesha, or is it the? I don't know the other dude, man.
Yeah, he's the one with the lazy eye or cockeyed or whatever.
Oh yeah. You ain't right.
I mean, shit, Biggie Smalls had a cockeyed. Ain't nothing.
Cockeyed.
Yeah.
Cockeyed. That boy had a big black cockeye.
Damn, I'm trying to find out what is the name of the people in the group. Yeah,
hey Siri, what are the names of the group members of Onyx? You gotta say like that for Siri.
Okay, I found this on the web for one of the names of the group members of Annex.
Okay, she picked up Annex, and right now she's trying to direct me to the Anne Frank house.
What? Oh damn! Nah, Fredro Starr. That's the one I was speaking.
Okay, yeah, Fredro. Okay, yeah, you're right, Fredro.
And I don't know the third member by heart.
You're right. I got it fucked up. The other dude was Fredro, and I mean the other dude was Sticky, and Fredro was on Moesha.
Yeah, and Fredro was the one that was in Sunset Park. That was a basketball movie.
That nigga always looked angry and aggressive to me. Like he was the most like when I never bought into the light skin hype because that nigga Fredro Starr was just always angry, always ready for smoke.
But that's why, because he always felt like he had something to prove because he was light skinned.
Like Terrence Howard character in Get Rich or Die Trying. You know,
oh, yeah.
Hold me down, Mike. And you say smack him till he turn red, Mike. You don't call me a nigga in front of these puppies.
So you speaking on it? Terrence Howard is in Sunset Park too.
Oh shit! Oh yeah. Wow!
We got a few people in here that I forgot about.
Well, damn it, Lucius!
I completely forgot he was in that movie.
You know what's crazy? I remember I started rewatching Empire again, and I literally left on the exact same part that I left off the last when it was actually airing on TV. Because I was rewatching it, and I was just like, "Oh my god, these niggas too much. These motherfuckers, they just don't know how to not be drama."
Well, I mean, they had plenty of drama on there. Maybe just ain't know how to do it. The last season was not that great.
I don't even think I made it. I've watched the series twice, and I've literally just abandoned it on the fourth season because they keep losing the damn.
I don't blame you.
They keep losing the damn business. Like I don't even care about the company no more because y'all keep losing it.
Right. Everybody owned it at some point. All the kids owned it, I think, at some point.
When y'all let Forrest Whitaker come in here and take your fucking company from, okay, I'm like, all right, fucking Forrest Whitaker and Nicole Ari Parker. Y'all they just started shuffling out. All right, who want to be on Empire this week, y'all? Who want to run Empire this week? Who want to be a bad guy for Lucius and Cookie?
You know, that's we've talked in threes at this point because you mentioned Sticky Fingers, you mentioned Biggie, and you mentioned Forrest Whitaker with the eyes. All three of them got the messed up eye.
Divine Trinity, son. It's not a coinky dink.
Right.
What's that? I always wanted to say this. What's up, Doc?
Dr. Lamar.
Oh gosh.
What's that?
You know I
don't know what these two gentlemen talking about. I'm just listening to them.
You have just been,
we're just killing time. We're just trying to get the rest of everybody up here. I had a couple other people come on here.
I'm trying to.
What we talking about tonight?
Everything.
Everything.
Okay.
Submissive women.
Right. That's always the topic. That's always what's going on in the world.
Let's see. We got one more person that should be popping up here any minute.
I'm just happy Kanye West ain't doing nothing that we got to talk about this week. Hallelujah.
You don't conjure him up, man.
I feel like I just did. My bad.
We ain't talked about him. Well, I know this is our second show of the year.
And I'm not even gonna lie, that honestly makes me worry. It's coming from me. We should probably go check on that man.
Yeah, he has been missing though, so kind of. But he did get, I think, engaged. Didn't he get engaged?
They say he's married. Is he?
Or married? Okay.
Yes, he married her.
Does this one look like Kim Kardashian this time?
Yeah, to me.
Oh Lord. If you can't have the real thing, get the fake thing, I guess. But it won't lie you with that real anyway. So
They don't like real people. They don't like. No one in Hollywood likes anything real. That's why they live in Hollywood.
all right, we'll give it
We
a
just
couple
lost
minutes.
all of our Hollywood demographic right there.
All right, how y'all been this past week?
Cool. You know, time is moving by faster. I feel like because I swear we was just here, but I just feel like the days are going by faster. The Earth is speeding up its rotation. You know, just planet Earth is it's going crazy. It's going crazy.
Could be, or maybe you just that busy, and you just can't watch the clock like you used to. You got so much things going on in the back.
I be clock watching. I'm not gonna lie. You ever heard Chris Rock talk about the work game with yourself, where you're doing some shit, you don't look at your watch, you don't look at your clock for as long as you can, and then you try to see how long it went by. I've been doing that, and it's been hours. Like I remember one time, it's like, all right, I'm gonna go put some tea on. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna heat me some tea up, and I'm gonna just. Long story short, I nearly burned my house down because I came back and
Oh Lord.
didn't think that much time had gone by. Went to check the mail, went to feed. I went to check
Glad you
the
didn't do
mail.
that.
I fed some cats, you know what I'm saying? I came back and the stove was ablaze.
Oh God.
Yeah, so you are not in charge of making tea no more.
It was
Right.
because the little piece of paper to be on the end of the tea bag to help you
I don't
dip it had hit the little
Ah.
burner on the stove.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It is semi-called. No women or children were harmed in the making of that tea.
You don't tell too many people.
It's my mother's
the
tea.
harm is going to be the insurance coming your way.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're going to do one topic just to hit before we get to the main topic. I'm trying to kill a little bit more time for dude, come on here, but just a general question. It's not meant to be that serious. It's kind of mostly for you ladies to answer.
For the ladies.
For the dating world, I guess. What do y'all think? I'm gonna show this picture to y'all. Y'all tell me what you think about it. Let's see. So if in the middle of your date, his beard slips off, what would be your next move?
After I laugh, I guess I would reach across the table and slide it back on his face for him.
Hold on for
Just
a minute.
hit it and
Yeah.
Hold on for a minute, Sparky.
Hey,
We got music on in the background.
I don't know. It ain't me.
You gotta turn that off.
Dr. Lamar, you got music on?
Nah, that was your boy. I had some African
Wait, you
lo-fi
got
dog.
music? You got music on, Trent?
Nah, it was
Yeah.
so,
Oh, yeah, it was me.
all right. Go ahead, Sparky. What you got?
I was saying after I laughed, I would probably just reach across the table and slide my hand up and let it slide back on his face. He would be, complete again. You know what I'm saying?
Would you continue the date with serious intentions?
I don't know about how serious, but I don't know. I mean, why would I be upset because you got on a fake beard? I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, if you felt like you needed to have on a fake beard for whatever reason, I don't know that that's a deal breaker for me. Women wear fake eyelashes, fake hair, fake nails, all of that shit. So what's wrong with homeboy wearing a fake beard if he fucking want to wear one? I mean, really? I don't wear fake hair and shit. I don't wear weave. I don't do none of that. But I wear lashes. You know what I'm saying? So what? Nigga want to date me because my lashes coming off? Well, shit, if you don't want to date me because my lashes coming off, you ain't the dude for me anyway. Right. So if he want to wear a fake beard, wear your fake beard. I ain't tripping. You want to look like Rick Ross that day. Yeah, I wouldn't care. That wouldn't be a deal breaker for me.
It'd be hard not to laugh, though, right?
But I would definitely laugh. I'm going to laugh, though. That's why I said at the beginning, after I get my laughs, I would reach my hand over there and just stick it back on his face. But I'm going to get my laughs, though.
Wow.
You always go remember that. Wow. If that date continues, or if that relationship continues, you will always remember that first date.
Yeah, I think some of it too would be what was his reaction. Some of that would be how does he react to it. That if he's
already embarrassed,
right? So if he fall apart because he can't recover from it, then we got a bigger problem than if he could just roll with the punches and be like, oh damn, I ain't put it on good enough or something. That Shit happens.
Goddamn, she called me slipping.
Yeah, you gotta say something like that. You caught me slipping. You know what I'm saying? I should have used some double-sided tape. You gotta say something. And if you do, then it
You
would
got
have been
some
all right.
glass glue.
I could have, yeah.
What if it doesn't stay on? Like, what if the glue doesn't?
I guess then we gotta just rip the rest of it off.
The problem is he cheap and he not pay. Like if you gonna
Ask
you
whatever
gotta pay for
restaurant we
pretty.
at, ask them do they got a little scotch tape. Just
Mm-mm.
You might just have to up the brand. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
You need a higher material.
We're just gonna do this the whole night. So tell me about yourself.
Yeah.
Last time you
Always
went
got
Listen, I'll make it fun. I like to switch up. I like to change my hair. Sometimes I wear wigs to switch up. If that happened to him, I'm like, baby, look, don't even worry about it. I'll switch my
Right, that's what I said.
I'll make it fun because that has to be embarrassing. So with me, I'll just be like, look, I got something even better for you. Look, turn it around. There you go. I put my part to the back. Put the part to the back of my head. Now we just laugh. Now we're gonna laugh all night about it.
Right.
That's all you gotta make because he's gonna already feel embarrassed. Don't make him
very much.
don't make it, it's okay. You tried to hook yourself up. It's okay, don't worry about it. You gotta laugh. You just gotta make it fun. Yeah. You gotta make it fun. I'm not gonna stop talking to somebody because they wanted to enhance themselves and he decided to put on a fake beard. Hey, okay. You want to change up? I like to change up too. So we change up together. Whatever. Gotta have fun sometime, I'm wearing lashes drop. Oh, damn. Hold on. 1 second.
Let me pick this shit back up.
Yeah,
Right.
there you go. Right.
Yeah.
If people stop talking to people over silly things like that, then you need to be by yourself. Cause you too picky. Like come on. Come on.
So would y'all stop talking to a woman if y'all was on a date with her and her wig slid back?
Probably.
No.
Probably.
No, I would honestly.
We different. We more sensitive. They be like,
I've seen women without their wigs before. Like honestly, I would be that. Yeah, I'm gonna make a joke out of it.
It's gonna come off.
Expect women to put themselves together before the date. Like we know that. Well, I know it. I'll speak for me. I know that a woman spends her entire day putting herself together for the date. So
who does that?
Honestly, I don't expect perfection. You know what I'm saying? And for the women that don't, that even bigger ups to them because you're getting ready quicker. But for the women that take all day to get ready, they're already anxious. They're already in their head about, oh my God, this looks like this. They already have a couple of insecurities that they think the mascara or the weave is going to cover up. So I'm going to try to make them feel a little easier about it. Oh shit. Well, at least it ain't get split or some shit. Well, your wig might be split, but at least we won't have to split the bill. I got it. Don't worry about it. So, what I'm saying? I'll try to make a corny ass joke. You know what I'm saying? It's like your wig fell off. I make corny jokes. It's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. At some point, it's gonna come off anyway. You're gonna find out how it's gonna. In some instances, it's gonna come off. Maybe she want to hang her head out. It's hot in the car, and it just flies off when the windows roll down. I don't know.
I'm gonna see you without it. Yeah, like imagine that. We in the car. I got a sunroof, and I love having my sunroof down when it's hot.
There
you know
go.
What I'm saying? Like so that.
Nah, you gotta make sure it's tight. It's straps in the back. You gotta make sure it's nice and tight and fitted. I'm just.
Would you find it a problem though if LT was talking about how they might have to spend time in the mirror for hours and stuff to look good for a date? Would you find an issue if a guy was like that? If he's in the bathroom for 2 hours trying to get cute or whatever?
Self-love. I mean, he wants to make sure he's okay.
I will spend forever with my.
I'm gonna need my dude not to spend longer than me getting ready.
Not longer than me.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, because then when you gonna find time to go in there?
Unless y'all got a big ass bathroom.
Not longer than me, like Sparky said. No.
If he wear more lip gloss than you, is that
wait.
I'm gonna need him to not wear no damn lip gloss.
Yeah, it shouldn't be glossy.
I'm gonna need him to not wear no damn lip gloss.
Vaseline.
There'll be no
Vaseline could work.
There'll be no
chapstick could work. Yeah,
no matter
sure
what, when you're a man,
shit over here.
It's got to be chapstick. Don't call it lip balm.
That's what I said. It's got to be chapstick. I'm gonna need you to not have no damn lip gloss on, dude. Your lips cannot be glossy. I'm gonna need
shiny your lips with Armor All. Got them lips.
I'd rather my dude had some chapped ass lips than to have some lips with some sparkles.
See, I can't do. I hate chapped lips, especially when it's cold.
I mean, I hate chapped lips too, but I would hate to see my dude with some damn sparkles on his lips even more.
Yeah, he ain't the only one you kissing.
That's the issue. Yeah,
Looking in the mirror
that's the issue.
How do I look? No,
that's fucking on Mariah Carey.
That's
out of here.
So Priest said he's spraying some armor all on there.
Yeah,
she said put some armor on. Some tire shine.
Yeah, that makes sure them lips stay smooth.
Yeah, they could be smooth. I'ma just need them to not be glossy.
Right.
Be smooth, just not glossy.
Talking about his
lips. Need to look like a Twilight vampire out here sparkling every time you blow a kiss. Every picture you take is a duck picture. It's you can't take regular pictures after that.
Yeah, I'm gonna need dude not do that shit. Yeah,
your dude should not be taking no duck pictures. I don't like women taking duck pictures, let alone men.
Me either. That shit crazy, but yeah.
If your lips glossy, that's the only, because I'm not taking anything you're saying seriously. If you're a man, like if we're talking about some man shit and your lips look like if your lips look like strawberry shortcake, I'm not taking anything you say. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? I think the Raiders got a really good chance winning this year, and your whole lips just look like Jim from the 80s. That's a dated reference. Remember Jim, G-E-M?
So are the Raiders.
Y'all wasn't outside for that. That was 1980 something.
All right. Let's still waiting. Come on, we're gonna go ahead and go into the subject. Let's see what we got on the dock today. Okay. This is what we got. This is the subject. Pop back up here. Are you a submissive woman? And we're going to talk about what that actually means, and if you can be, or if that's outdated, the thought of being a submissive woman. We're going to talk about that. We have a video we're going to show where people are talking about what it takes to be a submissive woman, or if there's a problem with being that. Let me find that right quick and pop it up here. Let's see. Here we go. And of course, it doesn't want to pop up here on this. So let me go through it this way. All right, hold on for a second. Let me get the video up here. And uploading. We'll be playing it in about 3 seconds. Maybe longer.
Good.
Processing, come on. All right, here we go.
If I say I want the trash taken out, that's what that is. And if it's not done in a timely manner.
You see that? That's just what that is. Come down there. I'm just playing. I think anybody who talk like that, I don't think you want to run up on. I think you're going to be up in the time, all right, I'll take the trash out. All right.
I'm trying to figure out, how do I tone that down? How do, I don't want to come off as, he ain't done this. Let me back up. I'm trying to get to that point.
It is not that you are too strong. It's that you have not yet found somebody you love enough to be weak. I was watching a video online the other day, movie with dogs on TV, and the dog was barking at the television. And then the alpha dog on the television showed up, and the pit bull said, because even a pit bull knows when the alpha shows up. When the right alpha comes, there will be something in you. The reason why you like that is because you don't feel safe. When you feel safe and you find somebody who will do what you ask and not what you command, and recognize that your relationship is not the military, that you don't have to be like your daddy. He commanded people, but you don't have to. When the right man comes and you love him enough, you will bow. The same thing an atheist does when they accept Jesus Christ. And I love the fact that you asked the question. I don't want you to leave here. Don't feel bad about that. Don't beat yourself up. Cry your last tear of it. You are who you are. He's healing you right now. In this room full of supportive people. And we don't judge you. And we love you. And we care for you. And most of us don't even know you. So whatever told you that you are unlovable and that you have to command it, let somebody do it without being pushed.
Okay. All right. So, and the topic is, are you a submissive woman? There'll be a couple questions in there where we're going around with the panel. We're going to do 2 minutes to get your initial statement. And the question basically I want to say is, what in your mind is submission for a woman? You know, or what do you think it should be anyway? And do you think that is something that women or yourself are able to be today, or is it just a different time that's just outdated? Okay, so what's going on, Mr. Incredible?
How you doing? How you doing, man?
What's
Appreciate you
that?
for having me on the show.
Oh, no problem, man. No problem. Glad to have you on, man. Let's see. Did you get to see the beginning of the video?
Nah, I literally just hopped on just now.
Okay, then. How much did you see any of it?
Nah.
No? Okay. Okay. I'm gonna play it one more time. I'm gonna just stop it at probably about the 2-minute mark because the last part doesn't really count for anything. So I'm gonna play it one more time for Mr. Incredible.
If I say I want the trash taken out, that's what that is. And if it's
Now, hold
not
on,
done in
sister.
a
Now, hold
timely
on,
manner,
You see that? That's just what that is.
Come down there. I'm just playing. I think anybody who talk like that, I don't think you want to run up on. I think you're gonna be up in the time. All right, I'll take the trash out. All right.
I'm trying to figure out, how do I tone that down? How do, I don't want to come off as, he ain't done this. Let me back up. I'm trying to get to that point.
It is not that you are too strong. It's that you have not yet found somebody you love enough to be weak. I was watching a video online the other day, movie with dogs on TV, and the dog was barking at the television. And then the alpha dog on the television showed up, and the pit bull said, because even a pit bull knows when the alpha shows up. When the right alpha comes, there will be something in you. The reason why you like that is because you don't feel safe. When you feel safe and you find somebody who will do what you ask and not what you command, and recognize that your relationship is not the military, that you don't have to be like your daddy. He commanded people, but you don't have to. When the right man comes and you love him enough, you will bow. The same thing an atheist does when they accept Jesus Christ. I love the fact that you asked the question.
We're gonna stop it right there.
I like that. I like that right there.
All right. Let's see, Dr. Lamar, are you there? Fell asleep. Maybe she might be on a date. I don't know. We said we were gonna find her somebody last week.
What she asked? She just put up a picture and that's it. That shows that she's here.
What happened?
Yeah, Dr. Lamar went somewhere. I don't know where she went to.
Oh shit, Dr. Ubar still? I thought she was just absorbing information.
So Sparky, we're gonna go with you first, and we're gonna go clockwise from there. So the question, well, let me set it up. So you'll have 2 minutes to give your initial statement, and we're going around the panel, and then it's a free for all after that. But the question is, what do you think a submissive woman is, and do you think it's an outdated term to have for women today? Can they be submissive today, based off of the definition I guess you give? So just tell me when you're ready to go.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. Hold up.
Are you ready? Go!
Okay, so I don't think that being able to be a submissive woman today is outdated. I think that the pushback sometimes comes in the difference in what we think about it. I don't think that being submissive means that you can't say anything, that you don't have an opinion, or that you kind of like behind. I think that it means when you are letting or allowing somebody to lead you. So, for a woman to be submissive, like she's being submissive to her husband, she's allowing her husband to lead her. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. I think the problem a lot of times comes in where their idea of submission is different. And I think that you can be submissive but still have a voice. And I think a lot of times people feel like you can't. I feel like they think if you're being submissive that you're just sitting there like a little dog and you're not saying anything. And I don't think that that's what submission is supposed to look like. When your spouse is doing something that's worth submitting to, when you love that person and they love you, submitting is easy. I think the problem comes in when it becomes an issue of control. And I don't think that submission and control, somebody trying to control you, I don't think that's necessarily one and the same. And sometimes people try to use them interchangeably. And that's, I think, where the problem arises.
Okay. All right. Good. All right. So, next, Mr. Incredible. Is that what you want to be called, man? Let me make sure I'm calling you.
Yeah, just call me Meek. Just call me Meek, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Meek shall inherit the show. All right. We'll give you 2 minutes. Just tell us what you think, what submission is, and do you think that is something a woman can be in today's world?
Are you ready? Go!
I mean, I feel submission does exist, but it's kind of hard for females of this generation because, most of them are single parents, so they have to be the mother and the father to the child. So when another man comes on the scene, not meaning the man is coming in malice or disrespect, it's kind of hard for them because they're just so used to just being a single parent. So it's hard for them to be submissive to a man because they don't want to show the weakness to the man because they're afraid that that man might try to take advantage. So it's kind of like more in the sense of a man really showing a woman that I can be your rock. You don't have to be the rock all the time. I can be there for you. But ultimately, it's up to the woman to allow them to. Not trying to throw no shade towards women, but it's very hard for the women nowadays because they have to, play both roles because the man is not there in the picture. So.
Okay. All right. You good on that?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. All right, Preezy, I'm gonna go with you next. Same question. I'll let you go now.
Are you ready? Go!
I agree with Meek and I agree with Sparky. And you have to understand what the definition of submissive is. If you look it up, it says ready to conform to the authority or will of others, meekly obedient or passive, a submissive, almost sheep-like people, right? So it's in the Bible, it says that women would be submissive to their husbands. But like Sparky said, you can be submissive, but not when you're trying to take control. I don't have anything to say, or you're just doing everything, and I have no type of authority. So, are we using the word submissive the correct way? Because when you're in a relationship, yes, the man is supposed to be the head of the household, but the woman, she was formed from him, right? God took a rib from the man and made a woman. So being submissive, am I being submissive to bow down? Because that gentleman said bow down. And I don't think that's where submission, that's not how we should use submissive. You should be able to speak your mind, like Sparky said. You're ahead of the household, but I should be able to say something too as your wife. I don't know. I should be able to speak my opinion as well. So I think people use the word submissive and they use it the wrong way.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay. Right, y'all are on fire. Nobody going over 2 minutes. Y'all trying to hurry up and get in and get out, huh? All right, that's cool. I mean, you can use the whole 2 minutes. I ain't got no problem with that, but it's just there for background purposes. All right, so LT, same question. You got your 2 minutes. You're up. Let's go.
Are you ready? Go!
What's the question again? I forgot.
I'll start it over. What is your definition, or what do you think the definitions of submission should be for a woman, and are women able to be that definition in today's world?
Are you ready? Go.
Let's see. I don't think submission solely applies to women. I feel like for a relationship to be healthy, both people have to be okay with the
Froze up there. His Wi-Fi submitted.
He was spitting something so good that the universe said they was about to just kill what he was saying.
You froze up a little bit, man.
Right? Go ahead. Oh, my bad. But damn, where was I?
You need to start over because it froze you almost from the beginning. You said you were saying something so good. The universe was like,
I'm gonna start you over. I'm gonna go ahead.
Are you ready?
Go ahead.
Go.
But yes, I feel as though submission does not solely belong to women. I feel like it's an aspect that a healthy relationship needs from both partners. You're doing yourself a disservice if you're not able to submit to someone. Let's say your partner is more intelligent than you. They're better with finances than you. Are you being more dominant by saying, I'm not going to let you handle that because that's not your role? No, you're fighting against submission because you feel as though it's not your role to be submissive, and that can switch between male and female. So I do think there's I just don't think the term should apply to women. I don't think passivity should only apply to women because there are times where we have to practice being a pacifist.
He was speaking some real stuff, man. That universe, like you said, trying to keep him quiet.
That's why I said the universe trying to shut you.
It froze me again, so I didn't say what I was going to say.
Is that incense in the background?
It's almost done. It's almost down.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Still got time.
But yeah, we have to practice passivity. We have to practice being submissive outside of a relationship. So I feel like it's healthy to practice it on both spectrums of a relationship. It's because again, like Meek said, women are in their masculine energy a lot because of the circumstances that they have to deal with prior to them being in a relationship. So we should be able to meet them halfway in order to ease them out of it. Sometimes you have to ease people out of the energy that they're in. So you have to be understanding of the term submission and understand it's fluid. It doesn't just apply to one thing. Yeah, I took it to 2 minutes. That's kind of damn.
That was well said, brother. Well said, man.
All right.
All right, Dr. Lamar, are you there?
Yes, sir.
All right. Where you at? I can't even see your face.
I know, because I'm looking like I should be on like 20 years a slave.
Is your face submissive right now or dominant?
Yeah. God. Oh, God.
I looked at my hairline. I was like, oh, my God.
I was looking at your picture. I was
Have
like,
you seen my hairline?
Yeah, well,
I ain't seen mine in 10 years. What are you talking about? Hairlines.
Dr. Lamar missed that first question with that beard.
You know, that's what
all right.
You missed the first one.
All right. All right. We're gonna let you. Did you hear the questions?
Yeah, about the submission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You get 2 minutes on this. I know how you like it. So with the time.
I heard it about submission. Just ask one more time.
Okay. What do you think the definition of submission should be for women? And do you think today's women, speaking general terms, can they fit that description of what you think submission is?
Okay. I think submission.
Go.
Okay. I think submission is about being selfless, be a servant to each other, respect, accountability. And when I say respect, like respect your partner, I think sometimes when we hear the word submission, we thinking that we have to bow down to that. That is usually when I hear it's about a man. And it's not necessarily that. I think submission goes both ways. It's like equal respect, equal accountability. Because if you decide to marry someone, you should respect them. You should feel that they're accountable. Like all of these things should be true. that's not, I don't think submission is about necessarily when you're dating someone, but it could be when you court them, because when you're courting them, you are now preparing to get married. So it's different. And I don't have a problem with, that whole submission thing. I want to be submissive, and I want the person to submit to me. That's it.
What? You ain't gonna use the whole 2 minutes? You okay? Somebody go check on Dr. Lamar. Go to the house.
It's like, damn, I'm saving it for the next one because I know I'm gonna probably be 4 minutes on the next one. I talk too much.
I'm gonna get back to you.
All right.
I like that.
All right, I'll be right back because I just realized I'm gonna come on camera, but I realized my shirt on backwards. Hold on one second.
Okay, let me go on this last one here.
Are you ready? Go!
Okay, so submission to me, I think, can be encapsulated in almost one word. I want to say trust. I think the lady that they were showing on the video, and the guy was kind of talking about it, that she doesn't trust somebody enough yet to be submissive. And I think submission can go in that in a multitude of ways. When you go to a restaurant, when you go have someone fix your food, you're going to a complete stranger that's going to go in the back. Let's say Waffle House. And a lot of people, maybe they shouldn't go to Waffle House and trust them to fix their food, but you are submitting your trust in that person that they're not going to spit on your food, pee in your food, step on it, whatever. You're putting submission into a complete stranger. So sometimes I often wonder, like, why is it so hard for people to do that in a marriage? I think it's about trust, that you're going to be able to relinquish your trust into your mate to do the best thing possible to make your life good. And I think that can come from the woman and the man. I think that is what is missing with it. That lady in the video, I think there's two issues kind of with that. I think, yes, her issue is she lacked trust probably from something that happened years ago. And that is why she's not able to have trust in people in the future or the present time now. It's something that's affecting her now. I'm not sure if any alpha male can come into her life and make her submit, because I don't think she has trust, period. You got to have trust to be able to submit to somebody. Kids submit to their parents because they trust they're going to do the right thing for them. You submit to your boss because you figure they're going to put you in the right position to make you successful. And that's the same thing with the husband. The husband, or the man, should be able to put you in the right position to succeed. If he can't, then you shouldn't have to submit to him at all. And even so, women, and to Sparky's point, you should be able to speak up, because you should be able to provide counsel. It does not, like I said, I don't think there's anybody in this world, king, president, congressman, we all submit to somebody in some form of capacity. Which means you all trust somebody in some form of capacity. If you're a business owner, you have to submit trust in somebody because you can't do everything. So you got to submit to somebody that may have more expertise in this certain area. So you have to submit your trust and let it go and let them do the job and make your lives easier for men and women. So that in a nutshell, that's what I think submission is. I think it's trust.
Do you think men should submit? Do you think men should be submissive too?
I think in some instances, yeah. For example, and I'm not saying for all men, I'm saying for in general purposes, I think women are better suited for being emotional caretakers for kids. They may know how to speak to a child better than a man could. You're submitting your care to her instead of like, well, I'm gonna do it myself. I can do it. She may be better at doing that job than he can, and he's submitting trust into her. Or there may be other finances. Maybe she's better at doing the finances than he is. And here's the other thing with that. When you're head of household, that doesn't mean you have to do everything. A leader, period, is supposed to be able to delegate to people who may do a job better than they can. That's what I think a leader does. He doesn't do everything. He delegates. He does what he can do best, and he delegates leadership responsibilities to other places. That's why there's, instead of a manager, there's assistant managers, there's shift leaders, there's people under that person to help out, because the boss can't do everything. You got to have other people to help. So that's part of being head of household, is not doing everything, is being able to delegate certain responsibilities to other people as well. So I think submission can
That's
go
very
both
well
ways.
put.
Okay, y'all can go ahead. Y'all got anything else to say on it? Okay, let me
Well,
ask a question. What did you
Hold
think
on,
about Cindy? What did you think about the lake? Do you think that it's going to take a certain man for her to get her to change, or is there something she needs to fix inside first before that actually happens?
she need to fix that shit on the inside first. Like, if you waiting for someone to
she
come
need to
along
fix
and tell you
herself.
what
Yeah,
to do,
word.
you're gonna be waiting. Matter of fact, you won't be waiting a long time. Someone will come along and tell you what to do, and it'll be nothing like what you wanted.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Like, that's something that's within her, from the way she sounds. So it's like, why would you allow another man to be in your life so you can ruin that situation or ruin that relationship? Like Preezy, me and Preezy, we cool, and she always advocates, counseling. And it's like, it sounds like to me she needs, some counseling to get her mind right, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, before she allows another man to come into her circle.
You saying that I need counseling?
No, I said no. I didn't say that. I said no, no, no,
Mm.
no, no, no. See, you ain't hear me. No, what I said was,
Okay.
I know you, and you always
Let me be
advocate, people
submissive.
doing
Go ahead. Go ahead. Let me be.
You don't know me.
Go ahead, darling. What did you say
Nah,
now?
what I was saying was, because I had Preezy on my show, and Preezy always advocates, having counseling. So I feel like it's very therapeutic, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. You should be able to know yourself before you decide to be in a relationship, because now, if you're not mentally, emotionally, and spiritually okay, and you bring somebody into your circle, you could
Right.
possibly ruin them, or they could possibly ruin you even more. So
Yeah, and you should never be more trusting of someone else's intentions more than your own.
Thank you for that. Thank you
yes,
for that. That's true.
of course.
Because
Yeah,
people do bring their past in their new relationships and stuff like that. That's why it's important to get some type of therapy and stuff like that. But they do.
yeah.
Do
And
you think people are forced to be submissive?
I can say that because
Judith Rita made that comment.
I think a couple
People are forced to be submissive.
Some people are. I can definitely see that.
I think
there's
a lot
still
of
arranged
people
marriages going on
what
in the
they
world.
do is I think I know
Different cultures.
Sparky said, yeah, you're right, different cultures. The definition of submission, as well, maybe it's not say definition because there's so many of them, but for submission for a couple or a married couple, I think a lot of people, what they do is they do take advantage of that word, head of household, and that's where a lot of people are kind of feel a little queasy about it. Like, I don't know if I can just be submissive, and I don't have a voice, and I just, I got to do everything he says and stuff like that. I don't think that's how it's supposed to be. If people were to take it to the religious factor, if they want to take it, let's say Jesus or whatever, because biblical is supposed to be you're supposed to be submissive to Jesus. Husband supposed to be submissive to Jesus. Wife supposed to be submissive to husband, children, parents, whatever. There's never a point where Jesus beats anybody on the head to say, you got to follow me. He gives you advice. It puts you in the best place you can be possibly. If you want to follow me, he's saying, I'm going to put you in the best place you can live possibly. If you don't want to follow me, then hey, go on your merry way. There may be consequences for it, but I'm not going to give it to you. Not yet, anyway. But I think that's how it's basically supposed to be. A shepherd, who's ever heard of you? I'm sure you've heard of the verse, was it spare the rod, spoil the child? And a lot of people misconstrue that thing as you're supposed to beat your child to get them to fall in line. When it's supposed to be, you're supposed to lead as a shepherd, because shepherds don't go beating sheep up to get them to follow them.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. And if a sheep goes off out of the flock or whatever, you go after that sheep and you bring them back to the flock. You lead them to safety away from the wolves. But he doesn't go and beat them mercilessly or just make them do whatever they're supposed to do. He leads them where they're supposed to go to be safe. And like I said, a lot of people have misconstrued that as you're supposed to be a tyrant in the household. And I don't think that's how it's supposed to be. But words always get changed over time. So
that's why the word tells the parents to be slow to bring their children to wrath. The word it tells the kids that they have to, to respect their parents, that they may have long life. But there's also scripture that tells parents to be careful about being quick to bring their children to wrath. I mean, just because we the parents don't mean that we got to antagonize them either. And I think sometimes it becomes the same things with spouses and with significant other. You don't have to antagonize me because I'm supposed to submit to you. Because I'm supposed to submit to you, you don't have to abuse your authority. That's not what it's supposed to do. And that a lot of time is what happens. Somebody trying to submit to the other now becomes an issue of I'm controlling you. And that's not what that's supposed to be.
Exactly. I agree with you 100% on that, because I feel like nobody, whether it may be a man or a woman, should have a problem with being submissive if it's not compromising your peace. If it's not compromising your peace and it could possibly bring more peace to your peace, then why not be submissive, But a lot of people don't look at it like that. Because I don't have a problem with being submissive to my woman. As long as I'm not compromising my mental, compromising my health or my masculinity, I have no problem with that. So, but that's just my opinion.
Okay. Anybody else want to add anything on it before we naturally conclude and move on?
Submissive is a deep topic.
It really is.
Get deeper. What else? What you got?
Because people take it different ways, I remember having a conversation with a gentleman one time, and he was like, "Oh, women should be home, taking care of the house. Let the man work. Women are too independent out here. They want to do everything like men are doing, but yet they call us. You guys need us.
We do.
But you guys, women, you need us. But yet you still want to try to take the role and do everything. You just need to learn to be submissive, stay in the house, be there sexually, and that's it. And we do what we have to do as men."
We need each other.
What year he in? 1862? Who is doing that? You got women that's running departments. You got women that's CEOs and politics and stuff like that. So where are you? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And he's an electrician. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's women out there that are electricians. You got women that are plumbers. So I don't know what he was. I think it was a culture thing. And
that's what I was about to say. It might be
this is what y'all supposed to do. You're not supposed to be trying to do what we do. You women, you're being too assertive. And Mister, just fix my electric, because I may need you, but I'm also paying you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
you getting paid for your services.
Don't play yourself. You getting paid. Now, if I went to school and study electricity, maybe I can fix my own light and my own sockets. But right now, you're here to do it because that's your job. Well, you still need me. Yeah, and you need me because you got to get paid.
Did somebody just fix your wiring or something? Does this recently happen?
It happened like a couple of months ago. It's my electricity. Okay. We go through this all the time. Me and me arguing all the time. We get into it all the time because I'm always asking questions. Like, well, what are you doing now? Well, what's that wife for? Oh, would you sit down?
What's that wife? You got more than one?
But it's my house. I need to know what you're doing. That's the thing with you women. You always want to know stuff. No, you want to keep us dumb. Okay, you want us to be dumb. I agree with you. You don't want us to learn anything because you feel like it's going to be taken from you. But why wouldn't I want to ask questions as to what you're doing? Let's say something goes wrong, the next person that come in, well, this gentleman did this, he did that, and that's probably, you know, but he didn't want me to say anything. That's wrong with you women. You need to be submissive. So I was like, Mister, go ahead.
Well, I mean, you're not married to him, so I don't know why he's even.
No, but we go through this all the time.
Giving that type of vibe.
We was a couple. We be arguing all the time because he just feels women are not submissive.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, it sounds like his definition is like some caveman stuff. Like,
yes, that's why I said.
It sounds like to me, like,
do you
understand?
Like,
at the end of the day, yeah, exactly. It's the year of everybody is equal.
That's what I thought. I think it was a culture thing. That's what I thought.
Probably.
Is he from Africa?
He also doesn't understand that he also don't understand that the energy that he's putting out, you making it hard for somebody to want to submit to your ass. Yes, like the way that you coming about it, you're coming about it counterproductive because the way that you're trying to be, it's like he, like you said, caveman, so he's trying to bam somebody into submission when you need to try to, you know what I'm saying? That's not the way to go about it.
He's looking for
you're gonna make her push back at you.
Right. He's looking for a woman that he could just, you know, in the Flintstone days, he grabbed the hair of the woman and drag her down the street. Come on, let's go.
But the thing of it is, you know, there's some women out there, though, that all they want to do is sit home and be taken care of. There's some women out there that they ain't got no problem with sitting at home, not having no job, not doing nothing. As long as they do it, is paying the bills and they're able to buy what they want to buy or do what they want to do. There's some people that for them, that's a wonderful life, and they okay with that. So
I'm not even gonna lie. I've been reading the Bible a minute. It really gives a whole. There's a whole bunch of verses in here about being a pretty much a slave wife.
Oh wow! Really?
Like it kind of.
Yeah, but think about it. That same one got verses about slaves just being slaves. So that's the same book that was being used to beat slaves into submission to their owners.
That's
you got to consider the source also.
Jim Crow law.
His master have given him a wife, and she bore him sons or daughters. The wife and her children shall be her masters, and he shall go out by himself. And if they change the word to servant,
are you reading it in Hebrew or are you reading that in King James?
Oh, this is King James, so I'm going to do the translating for you. Oh yeah, they changed it in the King James version. When it says servant, they really mean slave. Just is
that in Hebrew or a Greek version? That's what I'm saying, though, because you can't go that's different.
Well, the Greek or the Hebrew version is the Torah, so I don't have the Torah yet. I will get that though. But
I mean, there's Greek translations and just the Holy Bible too, though. I'm saying.
Oh yeah, I usually go online for the actual translation. But you know what I'm saying, you gotta read through the words. You gotta read between the words that they write.
Yeah, exactly.
Because this is called the treatment of servants in Exodus, one of the first books, the book of Moses. Everybody loves Moses. We all love the Prince of Egypt. After they left Egypt and God gave them the 10 commandments.
Oh, he done got froze again.
Every time he be speaking facts, he just get frozen, man.
He gets too excited. Boy, his energy starts.
He talking too much.
He probably still going.
You know he is.
He's probably still going right now.
He done turned a whole nother page, probably. All right.
Stop me again.
It stopped you again, man.
Laws concerning acts of violence. It says that right the fuck here. I got sticky notes in it. I've been reading this shit.
Yeah.
Laws. Why do we need laws concerning acts of violence in the Holy Bible?
Why do we need it?
Yeah, because why are we like telling people how to be violent? There's literally passages about the right way to rape and plunder.
You serious?
Coming from who though?
I think these sticky notes is in here for no reason. All right. 2 Chronicles, verse 15, chapter 12.
Okay.
Give me a second to find this book. And they entered into a covenant to seek the Lord God of their fathers with all their heart and all their soul, that whosoever would not seek the Lord of Israel should be put to death, whether small or great, man or woman or child. And I swear unto the Lord with a loud voice and with a stouting and with trumpets and with comets. And all of Judah rejoiced at the oath. All of Judah. They was like, yeah, kill them women and children. For that had sworn with all of their heart and sought him in their whole desire. And he was fond of them. the Lord gave them rest about. So yeah, y'all agreed to. Oh, and there's also God had a wife named Asherah. They tried to get her out of here real quick. Someone got dethroned from being
Wait, what?
queen.
You said
Yeah, God had a wife.
wife.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about what you.
I don't know about that, buddy.
Yeah. Nah. God had a because. Y'all not reading your Bible.
Yeah, I don't think that's
Well,
what
what
that means.
scripture? What scripture did
Well,
you
I
read that
didn't
he
hear
had a
about
wife
God
named?
had
What
a wife.
scripture was it, Lord Trent?
It's the Apocrypha. It's the entirety
I got you.
of the Bible.
I got you.
You gotta get
I'm
all of
familiar
the.
with the Apocrypha. I'm familiar. I got you.
You gotta start from Enoch. You know what I'm saying? Start from Enoch. Get the tale of Adam, the life of Adam and Eve after they get kicked out of the garden. The story of Cain and Abel that plugs in a lot of plots. The story of Lilith, who we don't talk about a lot. Adam's first wife. We don't talk about her a lot. That's what's missing from our Bible: divine feminine presence. In every other religion before this Bible showed up, before Judaism, before Christianity, and before Islam showed up, had divine feminine presence. But women in our Bible are made out to be whores. They're made out to be the ones who made the original sin, and the only good one is a virgin that gave birth to the Messiah.
You say the only good one, or you mean the people who fall under the term what they considered whores back then?
Name another good woman in the Bible that's not a servant.
That's not a servant? Well, they all were. You talking about a different time back then. Was Mary Magdalene considered a whore to
She
Jesus?
was actually the wife of Jesus, Yeshua the Christ.
We don't know that. That's a speculation.
But we just automatically assume she was a woman of sin because the niggas that wrote this book said so. Which they weren't even niggas, by the way.
Well, yes, because they said so. But he didn't consider her a whore. He didn't consider her somebody.
I know. I'm saying Yeshua didn't. His name is Yeshua, by the way. Jesus.
Yes, Yeshua, Jesus. That's why.
Yeshua the Christ. Yeshua just means Messiah. So in Christ means Messiah. So they really, his name is just Messiah.
Yeah, so you can also call him Emmanuel too, but there's a lot of things we can go through with that. But she was considered a whore back there. Maybe there were reasons for that, but
because they didn't want to give women or elevate women to the same extent that they were elevating men. They were trying to take out, because again, we were stamping out polytheism, but we were able to go along with the Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. How is it the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, but women are the ones on the planet who give birth?
They have to do anything. They're not the first.
Because the most godlike thing to do is to create life. Men cannot create life without women.
Right. Well, you can't create life without both men and women.
So why is there no
women
divine
push life
so
out?
How is God the Father creating life without a divine mother?
God, because he's the first.
But he needed a vessel like Mary, the mother Mary, to give birth to Jesus, right?
He had to do that because they had to break the chain of the
why are we referring to God in just one as a gender? Like God is a concept much bigger than gender. Why are we always saying he?
I'm trying to answer one question at a time, but God needed a vessel that could not be done from Joseph and Mary because he had to break the curse of sin that came from flesh that went from generation to generation. So he had to bring it from him. And
all-powerful God couldn't just wipe out that he. I'm saying you killed your only begotten son and not the devil nigga in this book.
Well, he could just kill. Well, that's beyond your understanding. Then
you sent your only begotten son to be killed by the Romans, who have a book in here, by the way. That's like in a book of Black history, we had a chapter on the Ku Klux Klan, and we was talking good about them.
Well, if you look at it as killed, but you can't be killed if you're not dead. If you're forever and eternal, you're not dead.
They killed that nigga Yeshua.
They moved him from one place,
crucified him, and then we
to the other. They didn't kill him. You can't kill somebody that can't be killed.
He can because he was mortal.
No, he was immortal. He's immortal now.
He was mortal. That was the whole point of him being born of a mortal woman, so that he could live a mortal life. So that God can send his only begotten son to die for the sins of man. You can only die for the sins of man if you are a man.
Right.
Father, Son, Holy Spirit. You have to ascend to Holy Spirit after death. So only men can die. Only humans can die. And he had to send he had to make this man through a woman. But why is there no divine
No,
woman.
he was already created. But if you just say it was own begotten son, he created him. He just
got
went
other
through
damn sons. He got
creation being
our
pushed out.
angels also his sons. Like angels are the sons of God.
No,
He created
not,
divine beings.
there
Like
is
so
creation.
angels were created autonomously. Who created angels then?
He created them, but that's the difference between
Why
children
not just
of
send
God
angels? Why
and
not just
also
send
the
angels?
angels.
Why not?
Well, why not just kill off
Why
everybody?
send a man to do an angel's job?
Well, that's beyond your understanding. It's beyond my understanding. But why
But
not
we
just
understand.
kill
But we can
everybody?
understand him enough to know that he is a man and that
I didn't
he
say he was a
did
man.
these
I say he's a God.
things.
That's other people saying
You're
that.
still saying he though.
Well, yeah, that's why I use it. I mean, I use that as he. I use that in general terms.
I'm just asking, why can't you accept that God might have had a wife that he created with a woman?
I didn't say he didn't. I just said let's just look into it. But we're getting off the subject. This has nothing to do with what we're talking about. You went submission to why Jesus was the only begotten son put through Mary. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about. So let's get back on the subject. Now you froze. He didn't appreciate it. Okay.
Nah, I'm back. You can't stop it. But next topic, let's go ahead.
All right, let's next topic. What we got? Let's see. What was the next topic? Oh yeah, the video about are you single if you are not married? There's a video on there. Let me pop that up. If this actually pops up this time.
That's a good question.
Let me put it up here. It didn't want to pop up. Let's see, what's this? Here we go.
I think that once you deal with a person and, you take somebody else's man, I just feel like you're going to get that karma. Once you
But I think that every woman deal with that nowadays.
That's
Think about
true,
it. When you
though.
meet
That
a
is
man,
true.
if he's not married, it's open season. Right now we playing, what's that show, Game of Thrones? That's what this dating world is. And that's where I'm at with it, Game of Thrones. So if I meet a man and he say, I'm not married, I'm not with anyone, he is single. If he doesn't live with you, lady, we all gonna fight for this man. That's literally what it is nowadays. I'm not trying to say it to hurt anyone's feelings, but reality is reality. When you meet a man and he said, I'm not married, he's not married. Go ahead.
Do y'all think that there are women who are out there that get like some sort of like pleasure or gratification from being like, oh, I stole her man, blah, blah, blah,
They think they're better or something is better about me than
you.
Yeah.
And it's the ego.
And
It's feeding
usually,
your ego.
Okay, so now
I'm lost.
switch it up. Now we're in the
Leave it.
Or medicated.
part of the show here, and this we're going to have a minute to speak on it initially, and then it's a free for all once everybody gets to speak on this. So, do you agree, the panel? If you are not married, then you are single, which means it's open season for somebody to take you away from your mate or boyfriend or whatever. A woman can take you away from your girlfriend, and a man can take you away from your boyfriend at the current moment. So we'll start
That's a
off.
good question, man. That's a good question.
Right. We'll start off with LT on this one. Start off with a minute on this. Do you want to? Oh, let me explain this a little bit to you on me.
Yeah, what is the Medicaid?
So
what is it?
if you agree with what the question is, if that you are single, you're available to be taken and whatever. Maybe go on dates with another person while you're not married. If you agree with that, then you leave it as is. You don't have a problem with what they said. If you do have a problem, medicate it. You tell us what needs to be changed about that theory there.
Word.
LT, I'll go with you first. So you want to leave it? You got no problem with it? Medicate it if you want to change the outcome of this.
Shit, it's stupid. It's so dumb. Like,
That's crazy.
It's fuck. I guess I'll argue. I got a lot in the tank. Medicated.
Right.
Are you ready? Go!
Because why don't people just stop wasting each other's time if that's the case? Like I'm choosing to medicate it because why even declare yourself in a relationship if you're going to declare yourself single because you're not married? If that's like you're I'm in the mindset I date for the past 5 years of my life, I date to marry. That's what I'm seeking. So if we're like, I don't have a problem, but there's been times in my lifetime in that 5 years where I was like, you know what, for these few months, think I just want to not have no strings attached to shit. I think I just want to be like, we just have to get to a better level of communicating instead of feeling like we have to take people that are spoken for. I feel like FOMO is a thing. People have the fear of missing out a lot. So we just need to communicate better so that we're not wasting each other's times if we truly want to just hop around from person to person.
All right. One, Preezy, I'll let you go next. Do you want to leave it or medicate it?
Oh, medicate it.
All right, tell us why.
Are you ready? Go!
I agree with Trent. Like, if you're in a relationship, you're in a relationship. I don't understand. She's not even making sense what she's saying. Let me just get an understanding. So if you're in a relationship, if you're with someone and you're not married, you're single? Is that what she's trying to say? Because I was confused a little bit.
Yeah, basically.
Well, how am I single if I'm in a relationship? Like, I mean, go find somebody else that's single. I'm in a relationship. And first of all, nobody can take you from nobody. So if somebody stepped to you and you go ahead with them, you wasn't taken, you willingly went. Nobody's forced to remove themselves from that relationship. That's your choice to leave. So you're not taking anybody. They want to go. And I think it's stupid. You need to go find somebody that's single. I'm in a relationship. Leave me alone.
Okay.
Time. I need 5 minutes.
I know.
I'm good.
I'll restart my John there a minute, or they're just tapping this. But
Dr. Lamar, you want to leave it or medicate it?
I'm gonna have to agree with Preezy and Trent. I mean, it's like.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Like,
go!
Matter of fact, Taraji P. Henson, she was talking about this. She said, if it's not a ring on my finger, then I'm single. But if you're in a relationship, then if you're in a relationship, then I guess legally you're single, but I'm not going to look at myself and say, oh yeah, I'm single. I'm like a free fall unless I could tell that person we have an understanding that we can date other people. But I'm just not like that type of person. Like, if I'm in a relationship with you, if I'm dating you, then that's just what it is. Like, I'm not like out there. I'm not like a serial dater. So I hear what she's saying, but to me, that's just an excuse to just go ahead out there and just date several people. And if that's the case, then that's fine. But don't make it seem like that's like a law or something, Because when feelings get it, oh, that's my turn. I mean, my turn.
It's like the wrap it up box from Chicago.
Yeah, wrap it up.
Wrap it up, B.
Wrap that shit up, B.
I don't know, Trick, for a moment there, I didn't know if the Jehovah's Witnesses was at my door, if I should pass the plate and code the church.
Here we go.
Okay.
What you want to do?
Jehovah's Witness jokes.
Yeah.
Sparky, you are up next. Sparky, you want to leave it or medicate it?
I guess I'm gonna medicate it.
Okay, tell us why.
Are you ready? Go!
Okay, so I agree with what everybody's saying. Like, if you're in a relationship, then you're in a relationship. But I kind of understand where she's trying to come from. So when they ask you for your status is our single, married, divorced, widow. There ain't really no interrelationship status. Right. Really talking about where somebody's status is. You are either married or you're single, or your person has died and you're widow. But there is no interrelationship status. Sometimes when people are in a relationship, they in limbo and they really just don't know it because that person don't want to marry them, or whatever. If that person wanted to take it there, if they both really want to marry, sometimes people don't want that. But if they wanted to take it there, then he would have asked you or she would have asked him or whatever. And the fact that they haven't done that part, I guess some people feel like still leaves you out there and on the market, because if you haven't thought enough to put a ring on it, then maybe you aren't willing to entertain somebody else, which in that would mean that you really are kind of single because you ain't married.
Okay. Kind of sound like you agree with her a little bit.
Like I said, I can see both sides. Now, me personally, I'm in a relationship. If I'm in a relationship, I'm not single. But I do understand where they coming from, that, you know, you're in a relationship with a person and you're not married to that person. People, you can't try to act like it's the same. You know, being in a relationship is not the same as being married to a person. Because if it was, then there would be no differentiation. It would be, you know, as soon as you're in a relationship, then now you're married and committed on that level. And there's not. There's things that you take to get to that part. So, you know, you really are kind of in limbo because you haven't solidified that thing all the way.
All right. Meek, what do you want to do? You want to leave it or medicate it?
I'm gonna medicate it.
Gonna medicate. Tell us why.
Are you ready? Go!
To me, in my opinion, a relationship is a relationship. Marriage is marriage. Marriage is just on a piece of paper. You're still in a committed relationship. Point blank, period. Okay? By her saying what she's saying, basically what she's saying is she wants to be the winning prize of a competition. That's what it sounds like to me. So even if she was to meet that man, even if she was to meet that man, it sounds to me she wouldn't want to be committed to him at all. And that's what it sounds to me. And that's just crazy. If you're in a relationship and you're married, it's basically, to me, the same thing. The only difference, like I said earlier, is just that paper. Just that paper. Okay? And now, if you're in a relationship with somebody and the person is not entertaining marriage, then cut that person off. And now you're single to do what you got to do. So, I just be making it too. I always like to be cutting it mad short.
Good timing. That's all that is. All right. I'm going to medicate it.
Are you ready? Go!
Yeah. Well, I know anybody that goes to a bar and somebody's hitting on them, and let's say a woman's at the bar and a guy comes up to you and he asks you, "Are you in a relationship?" and you say married or single, there's going to be a problem. I don't think you can be. If you're in a relationship, you gotta say you're in a relationship. IRS needs you to say you're single or a relationship for tax purposes, law purposes. That's a huge difference, because if you are in a relationship or single and he dies, he can't leave you behind anything, because more likely it's going to go to a wife first. So I get that. For lawful purposes, for tax purposes, you need to say you're single or married. So that's why there's no in between there. But I think, if you're going to go out there and not hold that person accountable for being in a relationship, then what's that to make that he can't go out and go mess with other women, or she can't go out and mess with other men? You're setting a dangerous precedent by saying, "Oh, well, I'm just single. Even though I'm in a relationship, I'm single. I can just go do whatever I want." And same thing. He can bring back home something or go get somebody pregnant, because
Exactly.
Where are the boundaries?
Somebody back home.
But that can happen whether you married or single. But when you in a bar, people ain't usually saying, "Are you in a relationship?" When you in a bar, people are usually looking for a ring to see if you're married. Or people are usually like, "Are you married?"
Yeah.
People are in a, when you know, they ain't usually like, "Are you in a relationship?" People usually like, "Are you married?" And if you say no, you ain't married, then homeboy going for it. Because homeboy ain't usually saying, "Are you in a relationship?" That's not. People don't usually lead with, "Are you in a relationship?" They usually lead with, "Are you married?"
Okay. Well, okay. That's a good.
That's all I was saying. Just,
I
agree. If you in a relationship, you in a relationship. I got it. If you I agree. If you in a relationship, you in a relationship. You off limits.
Well, I feel like, though, when you're in a relationship, that basically a relationship is like practice until you get into marriage. That you're going to practice monogamy, although you have a legal right to leave. I feel that as practice before you get to marriage. You're going to show him the things you can do and provide for him. Same thing with him, before you actually put a ring on it.
That you got to start from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You don't
That's
just
very
meet
well
someone
put,
and
yo.
say, "I'm gonna marry this person."
Yeah,
you kind of have to have a pattern of being faithful before you just say, "Okay, well, I married this person. Now I'm going to be faithful." Like, you had to practice being faithful to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's because we already know a woman approaching you in the bar, just like Sparky said, they're not checking, "Hey, do you have a boyfriend or girlfriend?" Especially at our grown ass ages.
You're right.
Nobody is acknowledging anyone with a boy or a girl in front of their shit. You know what I'm saying? So I totally agree with that. So it's up to you to respect the status of whatever you're doing. if you're with someone and you are boyfriend and girlfriend, proudly stand in that and say that, even if you're 30, 35, 40, 45, you know what I'm saying? Like, because or boom, you can say it in a very professional, grown ass way like that. I have someone. I'm spoken for. Like, boom. You have to show that respect to the situation.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Because my thing is, then you can have an open relationship.
Yeah.
If that's the case, yeah.
But if I'm with you, I expect it to just be you and I. Even if somebody approached me, no, I have someone. I'm in a relationship right now.
But
I think if you out there and you going around and you saying you're single and you have someone, then you must have an open relationship. Or
someone can come up to you and just say, well, if you're not married, you single, and you go like, well, you know what?
But that other person isn't. You going around saying you single, but they're not. Because you got people like that too. Oh, she's married. I'm not married.
Hey, a older is good for that.
People do that.
He
might be just like sometimes one wears the ring and one don't wear the ring.
There you go.
Sometimes both of them aren't necessarily on the same page. I think the lady was also trying to say too, though, if the dude hasn't taken it there with you, just know he's fair game. I think that's why she was saying, well, if he don't live with you and y'all ain't married, or we gonna fight over him type of, not saying that that's right. I think she just being honest, saying that's that, if he hasn't wifed you, then know that he's fair game. Because I feel like he ain't made that type of commitment to you. I'm still going for it. I'm saying to make it right. Just think that that's what she was saying, being real about it.
I think
it's up to that man to say, no, ma'am, aggressively trying to holler at me. I have someone. It's up to that guy. But yeah, her saying that's just how she feels. Like, there are a bunch of people. There's mad people that feel like that. Unless I see
men and women.
But I think that's major disrespectful either way. If she tell you, even, and as you were saying earlier, there are people who are married, and there people get off on that to try to take you away from your husband.
Yes. That's their job. Their home record. They do it on purpose, and you got to look at them too. They
people that'll tell you that's your problem. If you tell them you married, they be like, "Shit, that's your problem. I don't care about that."
Because
you gotta go home to her.
With all of the, they don't have to deal with all of you.
Y'all don't think that's bad karma?
People.
Yes,
it is bad karma. Hell yeah, it's bad karma. That's why I think the one chick on the video was saying, somebody was saying, well, if you get it like that, then if you get it that way, no, he'll leave you that way. So if he left another chick to come to you, don't think that you that chick that he won't leave your ass to go to the next one, because he will.
Everybody thinks they're that special person that's going to change the person.
I think I'm that special too, but I'm a realist and know that, a nigga will leave your ass just like you can leave his ass. But come on now.
That changes the game.
You can't be messing with nobody else's shit, cause it comes back to bite you. You be thought you in the most wonderful thing you in, and somebody out here taking your shit because you did it to somebody else. Like, we all need to be respectful to ourselves in the situations that we in. You know what I'm saying? Because it all comes back around.
Exactly. Karma does come back around.
Was we not talking about that the other day, Meek? We were talking about karma.
Just was speaking about that. Yeah, we was.
Karma is real shit.
It is. Like, I never
karma can be generational. It ain't even just to you.
Yeah, like it can skip you and go to your children.
That's right.
It's interesting that the words karma and trauma sound really getting into wordology.
You're on mute, Dr. Lamar. I don't know if she's talking to us or somebody in the background.
You're on mute.
Might be talking to somebody.
I can't do sign language.
She ain't talking to us. She gave us the one finger.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second.
Hold on, y'all.
She gave mind your business.
I feel like her child.
That's the mind your business finger. Hold on.
Right.
All right. Well, if no one else has anything to say on this, we'll move on to the next subject. Wendy Williams.
Oh, damn.
Oh my God.
Why we had to say, I don't even know what it's about. Oh, damn. I hope she okay, because she be.
She don't look right.
I'm going to the hottest part of hell. I know.
But she don't look right. She don't look well.
She don't. She's shaped like a really capitalized P. And
really capitalized? What is that?
Really capitalized letter P. You know what I'm saying? Like just turn.
Really capitalized.
All right. Well, she got a W coming here, I guess. She was married, and then found out her husband was messing around with someone else. I think got somebody pregnant outside of that.
Yeah, I remember. I heard about that.
He probably told her that he was single, but
no, he was probably funny.
He's
like,
married.
Do you know who my wife is?
Like Google me, but
Google me. You find out who I be.
right.
You see all these diamonds and rubies.
So they got a divorce. She was the bread maker of that relationship. She's a major media personality. She got sick and stuff like that because it started to happen to her, and she's gone kind of downhill since. Kevin Hunter, like I said, ex-husband, ended up getting alimony from her after getting a divorce, and there was a set amount of time, like there is with most alimony cases, that he was going to get paid from her, and then the money would cease. And so he tried to get the judge to extend it. He got denied. And now I guess he has to go to work again. So the leave it or medicated, I guess, would be, do you think after, let's say, I'm going to just put a year out there. Let's say a year. And I'm going this for men and women on this one. After a year, do you think someone should receive alimony, pay for your lifestyle, basically, that you had during the marriage? If you think it is okay to continue paying alimony after a year, leave it. If you have a problem with somebody still receiving alimony, kind of like getting paid unemployment for so many years, then medicate it. Preezy, I can go with you first. Do you want to leave it or medicate it? Are you okay leave it if you're okay with someone getting paid after a year at alimony, men or women, period, paying for your lifestyle. If you have a problem with that, medicate it. You wouldn't allow somebody to continue getting paid off of your hard work.
Medicate it.
Medicate, okay.
Are you ready? Go!
I don't agree that I should have to pay alimony for 1 year. We didn't make it. Whatever you came with, you go with. That's all mine. I worked hard for that. A year? No. And that's why you should have a pre. She had a prenup?
I think she did.
And she still got to pay?
I believe so. Sometimes it works differently. But go ahead.
No. I don't agree to it. That's not right. Whether you rich or not, whatever you came with, you go back with. One suitcase, a sock, a shirt, I don't care what it is. Go back. I shouldn't have to pay for it. That's it. I'm not no year. And I got all the money? Yeah. No, that's not fair.
All right.
I feel used.
All right. LT, what you want to do? Leave it or medicate it? You okay with leave it if you're okay with having to pay somebody lifestyle after a year or so that you gave them that lifestyle during the time you were married, or medicated, you disagree with that? Male or female?
Medicated. Hell yeah.
All right.
Are you ready? Go!
Yeah, I'll give him a year. And knowing that, first off, I don't even know Wendy Williams' husband's name. I don't know shit about this man.
Kevin Hunter.
Terrible name. This weekend. Because he's only used to this lifestyle off of her show. Like, did he work on her show with her? Like, what the eternal question will always be, were you with me shooting in the gym?
Yo, facts.
Kobe.
And RIP to the guy. And if you were not, then no, I'm not going to continue to front your lifestyle that I was. There was literally just my lifestyle that she was living. Like, so for a year, I'll pay for you to live your lifestyle that you were living before we got together. Then after that, you know what I'm saying, you got to find a way to maintain that, whatever the fuck that is. Goddamn, like, yeah, all this time, you ain't had no credits on the show. You ain't had no You ain't writing no scripts or nothing. You wasn't talking hobnobbing with the other husbands. Him and Stedman Graham should have been best friends.
Well, hell, Stedman ain't even married, so he couldn't get nothing anyway. Oh,
but you know what? Oprah and they got a good. They locked in him and Oprah.
Yeah,
for some reason, somehow I don't know. He's submissive. He's in his submissive energy.
$1 billion will do that for you.
$2 million.
I'll be the pet dog for $1 billion. Shoot. All right, Sparky, you
PlayStation money.
You want to leave it or medicate it?
I'm medicating, I think.
Okay.
Well, I don't agree that you should be paid for more than a year. I think that's the way.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think you should be paid for more than a year. That's crazy. Wendy Williams didn't have a prenup with her husband. No, she didn't have one.
Oh, she didn't.
And she did not have one, and she was worth $40 million when they were getting divorced. And so she said she spoke to the fact that she didn't think it was going to end. She said she never thought that it was going to end. She didn't think she needed a prenup. So no, she didn't have a prenup.
Damn.
My only thing with that is about the whole alimony thing. I feel like sometimes it depends on the situation. Like let's say he had worked for her show, or he gave up his career and everything to support her, like kind of the manager or something like that. Then in a year he might not be able to get the situation together. So I might understand why somebody could be paid alimony for more than a year. Not him per se, but like sometimes when people give up their whole thing and go, with the person, they to stay at home, let's say mom, they they don't work, they this and that just to support that person. They ain't never worked, and that kind of thing. Like how Bernadette was in Waiting to Exhale.
Yeah.
She had never had no job. She had supported him the whole way. She helped put him through law school and this and that. You think in a year she gonna be able to bounce back and rebound? Nah, she got blindsided. And sometimes I don't think in those situations a year be enough. Because it's like, they gave up their whole life. It's kind of, I think it should be like severance packages. You know how when you get laid off from a job, you get a week for every year you worked? You know what I'm saying? The more time you have in, the longer your ass should get alimony. You know what I'm saying? Because if you done been with this whoever, man or woman, and gave up your whole everything for 30 years, for a year, that ain't shit. You should get alimony for longer than that. But if you've been with somebody for X amount of time, a little bit, you ain't really put nothing on it. I get the year thing. But sometimes people be dragging it. But sometimes they leave the person that has supported them the whole time. They leave them in shambles because after a year, that person still can't recover. And that seems like sometimes that should be unfair as hell.
Right. Yes.
That was the full 60 seconds. Good job.
Divine timing.
I thought she was going to say, and furthermore.
Don't get that. I got something.
Bang on the desk.
All right. Meek, you want to leave it or medicate it?
I'm going to medicate it.
Going to medicate it. All right.
Are you ready?
Go ahead.
Go.
Okay. The alimony is for a lifestyle. So that means you lived a lavish lifestyle off of somebody else's income. Do you necessarily have to obtain that lavish lifestyle? No, you don't. So I feel a year is more than enough for you to figure out what you're going to do, because you're basically getting free money. You understand? So if you had to choose between buying that Porsche or buying a Camry, and you choose to buy that Porsche, you're basically saying you're thinking you're going to live off that for the rest of your life. So a year is more than enough to me for you to figure out what you're going to do. Not saying you're going to find your career in a year, but find something that you can do that can support you, because that's basically free money. Like if you don't know how to deal with free money, there's something wrong with you, period.
All right.
I'll just be just there, yo. I swear.
Very succinct, very compact. All right. All right. Dr. Lamar, you want to leave it or medicate it?
Medicate it, but I need like 2.5 minutes.
I was just getting ready to say, I can tell by everybody's response looking at you, you was ready. You was like, yo,
ready.
You get your initial minute. We'll come back to you. I mean, it's a free for all after we do this.
Okay.
Don't forget. You can speak after this. Go ahead.
I had my ex-husband sign a prenup, and it was the best thing I ever did. And the reason why is because he hired a forensic accountant, and I didn't realize this, right? So when you, after like a bachelor's degree, they can ask you to pay them what they think you're worth or what you can make in a year. Yeah, I didn't know this, right? And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? So he did, and he tried to make me pay for it. But we had a prenup. I was like, right here. So he came with a van of stuff. He left with a van of stuff. He wasn't getting none of mine. I mean, I put everything in my mama's name. If I had air, I put in her name too. But he left with absolutely nothing. But he tried to leave with that the forensic account. Now he's stuck with it.
Wow.
Prenup.
So I like that. She said, if I could put an air in my mama name, I would.
I did. I put in my mama name.
Wow.
Yo, I love that right there, man.
Because I had one that tried to take forks, knives, and spoons. I was like, I'm sick of rebuilding.
Even the plastic ones?
I'm telling you, some of these guys, they will take when they say they take stuff, they don't just take your clothes no more. They like, I want the mattress, the sheets, the knives, and everything. They leave you with nothing. But not this one.
I would take the shoelaces out your sneaker and the toilet seat off.
Oh, I see somebody do that.
You don't get no better than
It
that.
was Instagram or Facebook.
For real? Wow.
But that's what you get when these people get these LLCs. So next thing you know, you make your husband or your wife an employee. That's what Wendy did. That man bought a house up the street from my mother, and I didn't even know it. It was up the street.
That's crazy.
I was like, I'm about to get the bell because I hear Red just kicking in the back. He's doing a Sandman on.
You can come back. You can come back. But yeah, let me go right quick, and then you do your free
damn.
fall.
We forgot about you, Red. My bad.
Right. Now I'm just the host. That's all. Yeah.
See, I talk too much.
Y'all don't respect nobody with hair. That's all it is.
With hair, I ain't got none.
You got way more than me. You got 100% more than me.
I'm looking like Big Red from the Fire Harbor. That's why I'm just close to this camera. Get it all to the side, to the front.
I can't fry, dilate, nothing to the side. I just fry. All right, but let me go ahead.
Are you ready?
Go. I'm medicated. I think we all medicated so far. Yeah, it's a lifestyle you're paying for. I think what should be done, I would believe, and this wouldn't work for everybody, what I think should be done is if you decide to break off from the marriage, then you're leaving that lifestyle. You're making a decision that you no longer want to be in that marriage that provided you that lifestyle, so you shouldn't get anything. What I think that would do would make people probably try a little bit harder to try to stay within the marriage and try to make it work out. I know all marriages, are not incumbent on the person getting divorced being the issue, but I do think it would make more people try harder and like, well, I'm going to get a severance package, great words for that, for this marriage. So I'm good. I'm not even going to try. I'm not going to go to therapy or nothing like that. But I think if you would automatically say no alimony for people who are the initiators of the divorce, a lot of that stuff will be cut out.
Yeah, I agree with you. 100% on that. 100%.
I don't think Kevin Hunter, who initiated that divorce? Does anybody know? I think it was Wendy Williams, right?
Yeah, because her sister-in-law is good friends with my friend. They were teachers in East Orange.
Or cheating. That could be another thing too. Cheating. If you were to cheat, you don't get alimony.
That man been with that girl for over 10 years. Wendy knew. She just told him don't make a baby. She knew. When I tell you he lived up the street from my mother, we didn't even know. They lived 10 miles apart. Wendy lived in Livingston, and she lived up this town called Harding. How he got caught was, and this is the picture, you can Google it. He double parked on this side street, and the cake boss had a little store there, and next to it was like a lingerie store called the Dane Shop. Google it, in Morristown. And so no one cared that he had, I think he had one of the expensive trucks. I can't remember. It was an expensive truck. They didn't care about the truck. What happened was he was double parked on a street, on a side street. And then when they ran the place, that's when they found out who it was. Because they always was up there. I mean, they lived, they was like right there. But that's what it was. He been cheating on, but Charlamagne introduced Kevin to that girl. And come to find out, one of my Facebook group friends who live in Columbia, South Carolina, her people knew this girl and said they are straight ghetto. She said, girl, that people, she said, let me tell you something. I don't see some project, but they live in a different type of project. She knew what she was. But then he opened up a Italian restaurant. Then she vegan. Like, when you think about it, Wendy was giving him $30,000 a month, right?
That's
30,000 times 4, that's 360. Like, you mean to tell me you couldn't do something? And he got the cars in there. Go sell some of them cars.
Exactly.
Like, what do you want?
You know, dude, what's the name told Bernadine? Go sell the car and the house. I gave you the house.
I gave you the house. Right.
He had 2 apartments. They only talking about one apartment. He had an apartment in New York. I mean, like a luxury apartment. And then he had this house, which was like $700-some thousand. Like, you a whole nut. Like, you really out there. But that's what happened. She made him a manager. She made him an employee. She should have did. See, me, I knew mine was only bringing home $240 a week. I said, no, prenup. As we was going to New York to get married, I said, sign right here, initial. And if you don't, we're going to use your thumbprint. And don't try to get slick and get rid of them thumbprints because we're going to cut some hair off. You sign it.
We're going to do something.
Yeah. And let me tell you, this is what I know, right? That's why I said I didn't want to. This is what I know. People are like, why you want to sign a prenup? It depends on how much you make and all that. No. I'm an only child. My daughter's an only child. So if we have an inheritance or something, God forbid, then if that inheritance accrues value during the time you're married, they get it. Yeah, it just happened to one of my cousins. Like, get it. And matter of fact, that lady came after him so hard, he had burial plots. She got the burial plots. I said, oh my God. Yeah. People would
I got a question.
Yeah.
Is there a difference, between a prenup and a notarized contract? Like, let me explain. Like, let's just say in a notarized contract, when you guys get married, you say, if me and you ever divorce, you're only getting this and this only. Like, would that suffice in a divorce, or would they go towards if you have the prenup or not?
You can use that because it's still a contract. A prenup is the same as a contract. You remember Michael Jordan, his first wife,
yeah.
They wrote it on a napkin.
Shout out to Juanita.
Yeah, that was really a postnup or a nuptial because they did it afterwards. Most people don't want to do that. But they run, but he still gave her a good piece of penny. That's why that second wife, she only gonna get like 3 or 4 million, whatever it is. But
yeah, Juanita, she got like 150 million or 200 million.
Yeah, but that's because Juanita was with him all that time. She had this.
She had his kids. That was the
why
mother of his kids.
Yeah, but that's what I was also saying. But when you with somebody for all that time, she rocked with him from the beginning until he was all the way the Michael Jordan. Why should she not end up, what I'm saying, with a bunch of money? Granted, it was on his legs. She was with him, going through it with him all that time. He had nothing when she got it.
She was his branding manager.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she helped do all of that. So why she shouldn't get the bread? It always, I got that he's the front person. You know what I'm saying? But it take a team. You know what I'm saying, to make it happen.
Especially
and a lot of times when it's
like he probably did.
He cheating that shit.
Yeah, he out here with that young Cuban guy.
Kevin was a jerk, right? But he was the dealer. Wendy was the user. They actually equaled each other's out.
Whoa, right? Hold on. He was what? You serious?
He was a drug dealer. We used to have barbershops in New York.
I'm your pusher man. Oh, that's the type of
Wendy, parents, they were teachers. They grew up in Ocean County, New Jersey. Wendy went to college.
Oh, you know these motherfuckers.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm gonna go get my book and start writing.
I know where Ocean, Jersey is too. That's what's funny.
No, she was a drug addict. So.
Oh, what? Oh, shit.
She was.
Oh yeah, we know that.
Wendy was a drug addict.
That's public knowledge.
The alcohol, no, Wendy, like, you be really getting high. Like, stop it.
Yeah.
So that's what it was. So Kevin deserved a couple of dollars. Yeah, he do deserve not as much as he
got 24
trying to
hours
get,
to respond.
but he deserves a couple of dollars because I remember a couple of people was knocking on Hot 97 and 107 door.
Yeah, she used to talk shit. I remember when she said she was assumed, or she said Tupac got raped in jail. He was looking for one.
Remember, she was the first one who said Puffy was the gay rapper. Remember they
with the
fired
gay
her?
rapper, yeah.
Which
They fired her.
From Hot 97.
She was the first
I
one.
don't think she was wrong, but
Yeah,
that's
she was the first one saying
Think about it. That's what they talking about now. Him and all his gay parties.
he's gay. He's gay.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Word, he
Well,
said,
you can come
you gotta
at
put
me,
that
but
out
You
there.
might end up on remote one day.
We'll just be practicing.
Big Red, like, not on my show.
Oh, sorry. Allegedly.
You thought that was hot, Playboy?
Yeah,
You talking about my damn? You never coming to Miami?
Yeah.
Playboy.
No, Wendy was a trip. She always talk about how mean he was. She was a trip. Because we went to a wedding together. I wish I was here tomorrow because my friend coming up here tomorrow.
Why
She'll
people
tell you all
choose
about it.
weddings to act
We
out
went
at?
to a wedding and Wendy was very mean. She was mean. Why? Because she was getting high for that coke. You know how they stay high for 20, 30 minutes. Next thing you know, you start acting stupid. That's what Wendy was. That is not true.
Oh
You know,
my God.
you glad nobody was videoing back then because it's the truth. That's why you see a picture of her
Keep it
wig
in-
looking all crooked and stuff.
Keep it in the hip hop realm here.
Hi.
We're gonna go to the next subject.
That's all I had to
We're
say,
gonna
y'all.
stay in hip hop, so we're not going too far with the next and last story for the day. Dr. Dre, famous producer, Chronic 2001. Still waiting on the final Chronic album. Probably gonna get
Still waiting on Detox. What the fuck happened with that?
Detox,
yeah, we're still waiting on that.
I remember that on the
Probably
Game album. Him just coming in, popping in, random exit. Look out for Detox.
So for his work,
Still here, Dre.
producing for himself, solo, Snoop, NWA, he just got a honorary award from the Grammys. This past Sunday, inaugural Dr. Dre Global Impact Award for all his achievements in the music industry. And there's quite a few people that have something to say about that. One of them in particular being Dee Barnes. Dee Barnes, if people don't remember, I think she was an MTV VJ back in the day.
Yeah.
And she had an incident with him where I think she interviewed Eazy-E during that time where they had their beef with Dre when he left off, whatever. Dre took offense to it, had a conversation with her. I think he took her to the bathroom. I think he beat her.
About to say conversation. He smacked
Dre
fire
did
out that woman.
Say that again?
Dre did that?
Yeah, Dr. Dre, yeah. Yeah, they didn't show that in the movie.
Dr. Dre was angry and violent for a minute.
Yeah, they went to court and everything, and she won for damages for him. Yeah, she said he beat the mess out of her for like a hot minute. People watching.
Michelet.
Yeah, and Michelet, his ex-wife, and I think his last ex-wife, I think she might have said he abused her. So
That's crazy.
the thing is now is, and it popped up a little bit when that NWA movie came out, but, it came up and then it kind of went away.
He had creative control, so he wasn't really going.
That's true also, too. So basically, the question was like, should he get an honorary award like this to be a global icon that people should look up to and stuff like that? Should someone with such a past like that get an award? So I guess the Leave It or Medicated is for such an honorary award like that, or even something like, some celebrities get honorary doctorates at some schools and stuff like that. Let's say Bill Cosby, he got an honorary award. I'm not sure what school he got it from, but then they took it back. Some of the allegations came out because of his conduct outside of it. And I imagine if R. Kelly, which he shouldn't get any doctorate at all if he can't read, but
yeah, that nigga ain't
get all the time. But if he were to get one,
him going to school is a problem. You know what he going to school for, and he don't need to be nowhere near the fucking school. Robert.
Yeah, adults or kids, but they would probably take it away from him because of the allegations or the stuff that was proven true. So the question is, do you think can you separate someone's accomplishments for what Dre did music-wise and stuff like that from his personal life? Should someone get an award like that, an honorary award, based off just their achievements in the musical world, whatever, movie world, basketball player, whatever. Should that remain separate? Leave it if you're cool with that, or medicate it if you have a problem and you think you cannot separate the music from the talent. So I'll go with you first, Dr. Lamar. Leave it if you should be able to separate the talent from the man and give him the award like he got. Medicate it if you cannot separate the talent from the man. He should not get honorary awards like that. Not talking about like a best rapper award, an honorary award like that.
Wait, who get an honorary?
Dr. Dre.
Oh,
yeah, Dr. Dre. Yeah, because
I'm biased because I was listening to Backyard Party earlier.
Okay, well, you kind of telling me what you want to do. So, yeah.
But he beat D Barnes up. He beat up bad.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier.
You know what happened when he beat D Barnes? D Barnes was about to do a tell-all in a movie. Hunter Enterprise. She went on Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams was out to do the documentary. Next thing you know, Wendy was out, and she came on Wendy Williams show. Y'all remember that? Came on the show, and next thing you know, D Barnes had disappeared.
Is she okay?
So do you want to leave it or medicate it?
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to because I'm still listening to the Chronic too. Yeah.
Okay. Tell us why you shouldn't be able to separate the man personal life from the talent. You should just get the award based off of the talent.
Are you ready?
Since you want to leave it.
Go!
Yeah, give him the award because I mean we can't help it. Everybody we listen to is either him or R. Kelly, right? Just give him the award. Don't let him get up there and do a long speech. Just get up there, thank you, and that's it. But I'm still listening to the Chronic. I'm sorry, D Barnes, but you know them rich people problem.
Shit's hard.
Yeah, how can you not?
Shit's hard. You know what I'm saying? G-Funk is a time.
Yeah.
But is that it? I mean, you still got time.
Yeah, that's it. I'm still listening to him. Give him a award or whatever.
I just fill everybody's time by agreeing. You know,
I'm sorry.
Even if it's different. You know?
All right, LT, you going next? Leave it or medicate it?
What was the leave it again?
Leave it if you agree, like he got the award and people are not really talking about his personal life. This is an honorary award. So people are not really talking about his personal life for the reason for him getting it. It's based off just his talent. Medicate it if you cannot separate the talent from the personal life to get an award like that.
Oh man, there's so much. Fuck. I'll medicate it. I'll medicate it.
Tell us why.
Are you ready? Go!
Because none of these abusers and rapists should be getting awards. There. Let's take everybody's award. Let's send a fucking let's send a construction team down Hollywood Boulevard and dig up everybody's name on the Walk of Fame because they either slapped the shit out of somebody or they touched a child. That's the nature of show business. So show business, the entertainment industry has been so corrupted with sin, just overall sin, that if we really delve into these people's lives, these people who are regular fucking human beings who are forced to live their lives in front of us for our entertainment, like it's entertaining to them that they're getting cheated on and the world can see it and shit, but it's oh god, let's stop the let's get rid of idol worship, because that's all it really is. What does he need another award for? I'm still listening to the Chronic with Dr. Lamar, so it's like, do we need to give him an award to say the Chronic is still dope? We know you put a pot leaf on the album, Dre. We know it's dope. I get it. We don't need another award.
I get it.
Yeah.
Breezy, do you want to leave it or medicate? Got no problem with him getting this award based off his past. Medicated, you got a problem with him getting an honorary award, global icon award for Dr. Dre, or anybody. Period.
Global icon, like niggas in
Indonesia. Medicate. Okay.
Are you ready? Go!
Everybody makes mistakes in life, right? Nobody deserves an award. Jay-Z was a drug dealer. if you got a lot of rappers out here have done things, he's a music genius, Dr. Dre. And yeah, he did some things. But if you judge everybody like that, we'll never have Grammys. We'll never have Oscars. We won't have anything. If you look into people's lives and what they did and what they still probably do. Donald Trump was our president. That's it. I ain't got nothing else to say.
Mr. Grab him by the
So you really want to leave it then, right? Because you don't have a problem getting an award.
Oh, well, yeah, leave it.
Okay.
Jay-Z was going Foxy Brown. She was 14.
Right.
Jay-Z stabbed a nigga. Jay-Z stabbed a nigga over bootlegging his CDs.
People do things. If we do that, then we got to pull up everybody's stuff. Then we got to go deeper than ever. Because I'm sure Dr. Dre is not the only person that did these things. Women should have left. I don't know. He had to pay for it. But at that point, he's a music genius. I like him. I mean, I ain't living with him. So he got the award because of his work. That's what the award was for. Because of what he's done, his music, producing, helping others. So, hey. Then you got to take everybody's award.
Yeah.
All right.
And come and take my passion.
Like I said, if you can make Donald Trump the president, why are you worrying about Dr. Dre?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They was probably hanging together.
That man grabbed people by their vagina. Man or woman, he grabbing you by the pussy.
All right, let's Sparky go next.
And he made him a president. Come on.
Let Sparky go next. Sparky, you want to leave it or medicate it?
Don't say nothing, y'all. Sparky cuss us out.
I'm medicated.
She wants to medicate it. All right. Tell us why.
Are you ready? Go.
I'm a medicated because I do agree that he is a ridiculously, talented musical person. I still listen to The Chronic. Come on. But the type of award that they did, like when you're naming an award after him,
right,
you're making under individuals try to strive to be him and be more like him. If you're putting an award in his name, it's not like he got a Grammy, for his musical talent. I get that, give him a Grammy for the best album. Give him that's strictly on his, based on the music stuff. But I think when you get to naming shit after him, so this is like the first year of this award. Next year, they're going to be trying to give somebody else the Dr. Dre award. Well, it's one of the criteria for the award. You're going to have that be the bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Be the bitch.
See, that's why I like Sparky. She always give you something to think, but I ain't thinking about
it.
I mean, like for real. I mean, you're naming the award after him, and now people gonna want to strive to be more like, and not that they shouldn't want to be like him musically, but if you making this whole big global ass award about him, you need to take a lot of things into consideration, and it's not like him beating that woman wasn't already public knowledge, and that shit happened over some work shit. You know what I'm saying? If all that's happening because of interviews and she didn't interview this, all of this was like work-based stuff. This wasn't his ex-wife. This wasn't his current wife. It's not that type of thing. You know what I'm saying? That so he threw this bitch down the stairs. He threw her down the stairs, beat her head into a wall. He didn't just punch her or smack her. Like you throwing motherfuckers downstairs? Come on, that's a bit much. Like it, you know what I'm saying?
And it made it hard for her to work there after.
I didn't
know. They canceled her show. Yes, the award is named after him. It's the Dr. Dre Global blah 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 blah. Yeah, so that's why I was saying, like, I get his music.
Thank you, Sparky.
But you still, you still drug her ass.
Let me get
in the heck with it, I'm with Sparky. I'm taking back my answer.
Yeah, I'm taking back my answer. Because he should have got the Ike Turner Award.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with his music talent. I agree with the talent part. But naming the award after him and making other people strive to be like him,
I think guys, we'll come back. We'll come back to it. Let me go next.
I agree with Sparky. I want my
Me too.
All right. Meek, do you want to leave it or medicate it?
Yo, to be honest with you, man, it's like I'm on both sides of the spectrum when it comes to that, man.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? I can leave it and I can medicate it. So it's like, I don't know. I don't even know how to answer that, to be honest with you, because it's just.
I know.
I agree with the person as far as the music goes, getting that award, but also what he did in his, personal life, I don't really agree with. So
right.
I don't even know how to answer that, man.
The award for what he did in the past? Or can you bypass that and just say, okay, just give him an award based off his musical achievements?
I would say, oh gosh, man, see, I don't even know what to say, man. I mean, if you just want to solely base the award he's receiving off his musical talent, then give it to him. So I guess you would say that would be leave it. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, if you can separate, now I'm just basing off what if you want to separate and give someone a global honorary award and just only say, well, we're only going to base it off of his achievements in music, that would be leave it. But if you like, I can't separate what he did to another woman, beating her in the bathroom, as Sparky explained, and there's other incidents beside that too.
Miss Chalet.
Yeah, Miss Chalet, and I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
So if you can't separate that, then you would medicate it.
All right. Jeez. Oh man.
Go on, honey. Take a chance.
I'm gonna go with the leave it. I'm gonna go with the leave it.
Oh, leave it. Okay, tell us why.
Are you ready? Go!
I mean, the reason why I would leave it is because if they're just solely basing it on his music and what he contributed to music, then of course he deserves that award 100%. They're not saying, globally and being a good husband or being a good boss. They're not saying that. They're just basically solely saying you deserve this award because globally you changed music. And if you want to put it in that aspect, I believe that. I agree with that 100% because he discovered Eminem, okay, 50 Cent, the game. He discovered all these people. He put all these people musically on the map. So if you want to look at it in that aspect, then I believe he deserves that award 100%.
Okay.
Word.
All right. So
What you did, Sparky?
yes, I'm a medicated. I'm gonna give a couple different reasons for it.
Are you ready? Go!
I'm gonna give you a real one to really think about why you should medicate it. If you don't have a problem with Dr. Dre getting an award like this, and you say, "Hey, I'm good with them giving an award based off his achievements. I can separate what happened in his personal life from the achievements," then you can't say nothing about Confederate statues because somebody did something for them too. Confederate soldiers did something for the South, but
they put on for their city.
They also did some horrible stuff too. Some of them. So if you can separate what the Confederate soldiers did from what they did in their personal life or whatever, and you can say that is their personal life, and the statues should stay up. Or roads named after Confederate soldiers and generals and stuff, there should be no problem with that. Same thing here. This is more recent.
That's true. I agree with that.
But you know what? This is the thing, right? If you do it for one, you got to do it for all. And the
That's what I'm saying.
I said, hey, run down Hollywood Boulevard, tear up that whole shit.
You're right. Because here they are, we're talking about his award, okay, but look at Jay-Z. Jay-Z used to be the nigga. Yeah, right. And then they took Bill Cosby's honorary degrees and the statues from the Disney, right? And then if R. Kelly's wasn't on eBay, they was trying to take his back too.
Yeah.
So and then they said, well, we're gonna cancel him. Well, Joe's on tour and he was singing more and more. Like, who wrote that? I'm just saying, you're right, Trent. If you're gonna you're gonna do it for one, you gotta do it across the board. So what now? Dre's so likable, yeah, but don't be up here saying that this was a pedophile, this was a rapist. But look what you doing. And I remember when Lee, you okay? I'm sorry, that's what I do. Oh, I forgot I was on. So yeah, like come on. I mean,
go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was about to say, well, here's one thing I'll say. Still speaking on this subject matter, you don't have to give them the degree, you don't have to give them the award, but that still should not stop someone from being able to change. Because based off of what we're saying, no one would love Malcolm X. If Malcolm X had
I
died,
was just getting ready to say that same thing.
That's a very good
based on what he
point.
did in his early life, no one would appreciate what Malcolm did. If he died in his early 20s and never made the conversion, no one would love him. You know, there's a lot of people like that. Sometimes it takes time.
I'd be more willing to go with
things
that if
change.
Malcolm X was appreciated globally and given a global award. We do not get Malcolm X's birthday off.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying how we appreciate him now.
Not
Dr.
to the
Dre,
level
he may
of
not
a
live that lifestyle anymore. He may not beat on no one. He may not curse. I mean, he may be one of the greatest people alive now. But it took time for him to change. I don't think we should stop him from being able to change. 'Cause I know some people will judge you on one Chris Brown. To this day, people still judge Chris Brown off that one incident.
And see, that's the thing. Like Michael.
Go away. But getting an award, that's a little different to me. An honorary award. Now, I'm not talking about like a Grammy or BET award for best R&B artist. An honorary award. The people who, I won't say, because there's no perfect people in the world, but the people who have pretty much lived a nice, honest lifestyle, whatever, you can give that award too. Everybody don't deserve every award. You can't get participation awards for everything. But an honorary award to me is a little bit different. Him, Dr. Dre, getting an award for winning a Grammy for best album this year, fine. That's to me, that's based strictly off of a soundtrack or an album, a single, whatever. I know that's a dangerous line to not be able to let someone change. That's one thing. But giving an honorary award, that's another thing to me.
Right. And I mean, look, R. Kelly got that Stevie Wonder award, and they was trying to take it from him. Like,
was that BET award? Stevie Wonder award?
I don't know which one, but
I feel like that was racist. I'm not gonna lie. That's racist.
It's true though.
Yeah, it was.
Was that a BET award?
Wasn't that? Yeah, look it up. It's what the Stevie Wonder award.
It's a TV One award.
I'm racist though. You went to a second tier black cable channel.
TV One for unsung.
They need to take all these awards. If that's the case, take these clergy people awards and stuff. We ain't gonna have no people getting an award, are we?
So I have a question. Like, do you think that award?
We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Yeah, Sparky, you gotta turn it up a little bit.
Yeah, you sounded low. You still low. Okay.
But yeah, so do you think, they were giving him that award for the music he's done and him as a person? Or do you think it was solely just because of his music and the impact he had?
It says for all of his achievements in the music industry.
So then there you go. Right there just seals the deal. Because of what he did in music. Now, if they would have said what he did in music and in life, then I would have been like, nah, don't give that man nothing. But you just said it right there, Big Red, for all he's done in music. So that is solely based on music.
It's always going to be a different perspective to things. Like there's, like in our Western civilization, we look at people like Alexander the Great as like that's. Even Michael Jordan, I remember he would quote himself, or he would be quoted in interviews saying, "It's like I compare myself to an Alexander the Great. I want to conquer basketball the way he conquered the world." Conquering implies that you're raping and pillaging along with that. So to a group of people, Alexander the Great was a terrible person. You know what I'm saying? He was not someone that anyone should strive to be like. So but when we're talking about their achievements in terms of what they've done in their field, yeah, you can't really take that away from a person like that. Currently at the moment, they're trying to take Kanye West music off of streaming platforms. I don't know if that's still going on. But
really?
I don't know if that's still going on, but yeah, they was really trying to but we have slave masters on our money. So it gets real fucking dicey, and that's why it's a bigger conversation that we only bring these people up. We only bring up a person's past when it's certain people. A movie about Elvis just came the fuck out, and we know Elvis was out here dating children. That's to me, that's the equivalent of
15.
Fifth fucking team. That's what R. Kelly did with Aaliyah. He went and forged a marriage certificate. But we got a whole movie about that. Certain people protested it, but not enough to stop the movie from coming out. not enough for people to say, well, should Elvis not have a movie? Like they still on some real shit. They still like mainstream America, and we all know what we're talking about when we say mainstream America. They still fuck with Elvis Presley the long way.
Oh yeah,
like,
I know a few people that will argue me to death.
King of rock and roll,
supposedly,
you know what I'm saying? But
go to Memphis Airport, that's all you see.
Yeah, I was going to say that too. Yep.
But wait a minute, isn't it like some? I thought like a part of rules because remember when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, and he got the award. People were protesting because they were saying it goes against their ethics.
There you go. That's a good example right there. But they took it away for something personal he did.
Yeah. So, but he got the
award. No, he
award.
actually kept it. He kept it. I mean, I'm wrong on that. He kept the
award.
award.
He kept
it. But then
he actually got presented later on that night.
Right.
Well, what about that though? So they get it for the achievement, but that's just like if you get a scholarship, right? You get a scholarship, but you go out there and commit a crime, you do something.
That's a good point there.
It's still an award.
Yeah, but they can take it away based on what you did personally, and not your education or your IQ or how well you did in education. So that's a good point.
Because they get these awards, right? But what about all the other little perks that come with the awards? You know, like we may get a little gift basket, but think about they may get a Rolex with that award and all that other stuff. You know how they get the award, but then they get like these jewelry,
like extra incentive, yeah.
Yeah, like what about that though?
That's a good point though. You get a scholarship to a school as an athlete for your athletic prowess, but they can take it away. Allen Iverson almost had his scholarship taken away, or his chance to even go to school taken away based on what he did.
What he did in his past, yeah.
Now,
if it was a,
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. No, I talk too much.
Now, what I was saying is, now if it was a humanitarian award, then I'd have been like, hold on, breaks. This man right here does not deserve that at all. You know what I'm saying? At all, period. So, but go ahead. I'm sorry for cutting you off, Dr. Lamar.
No, that's all right. Now I done forgot because y'all done messed me up with that other thing. My brain all that. No, you're right. The humanitarian award.
Yeah. So no. What I'm just saying is like awards like that shouldn't be given to people like Dr. Dre, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But if you just want to solely separate it and keep it devoted to the music, then give that man his roses. He may be an effed up person, but that's a whole, separate, different kind of thing that we got to speak about.
Right.
So, but I mean, that's just how I see it personally, And
you
also,
who need to get a global award, get a DeBarge award. You ain't never heard them beat somebody up and all that.
Man, they went through a lot.
Get a DeBarge.
DeBarge is
DeBarge just
down.
got locked up about 3 weeks ago. He done came out, done a couple concerts and stuff. Get a DeBarge award. Now they deserve humanitarian anything else.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't never
drug addict.
Program. They got the program award.
Yeah, El DeBarge. He was just locked up. They said he had drugs and guns in the car. I don't know.
But that's what I'm saying. He had a big time drug issue. So if you're saying that you don't want to give awards to people for child molestation, Jay-Z for selling drugs, somebody else, he was a big time drug addict. He didn't even have a relationship. He didn't even have a relationship with his daughter because of his drug issue. That was chronicled on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. So what they giving him an award for?
I know, Sparky, but this is a little different. The reason why, because look what his daddy did to all of them.
Yeah, but we say
look what the people did. Yeah, but I mean, everybody had something. Not everybody had something done to them, but R. Kelly had something done to him for that matter. Do that mean that you deal away with everything just because somebody did something to you? Nah, that's a big ass crutch to fall back on. I agree they should give Dr. Dre the award for his music, but naming the award after him, to me, that's my issue.
That's something different. Yeah, that's something different.
Because the award was named after him, and it's an inaugural award. Every year, somebody's going to be getting this Dr. Dre award. To me, that's the problem with it. Give him the award for his music, yes, but naming the award after him, I think was a bit much.
Well, let me ask y'all a crazy question. Do you think that they had to give him something because, like, Diddy was just had his, little show thing, and then Beyonce just made like surpass for the Grammys or Oscars, whatever. Do you think somebody said something? They was like, all right, we got to give Dr. Dre something.
I think he said something.
Yeah,
I think
like,
he said something. To be honest with you, I think
money talks more than anything. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Right, me. I wonder if he said something because
I think he said something. I think he said something because it's just so funny. It happened around the same time Beyonce, surpassed everybody for getting awards. So I think, he paid somebody and was like, "Yo, what's going on, man?
It's my time.
It's my time. I've been holding down music for 20 plus years. Like, what's up?" But I don't think they willingly wanted him to have it. Like I said, he had to say something.
I think part of it too was it's supposed to be the 50th year anniversary of hip hop. Hip hop has a lot of time been looked for all the years it's been out there.
Hip hop, real hip hop.
And I think it played a part in like, let's pick somebody. We're gonna pick Jay-Z, we're gonna pick Dre, we're gonna pick KRS-One, who we're gonna pick? And they end up picking him.
Because he was there from like the beginning. Not the beginning, but like 10 years prior to him being on the scene. That's when it actually began. Yeah. So you can say he's been in it roughly about, 40 years.
Well, but 40 years.
Really think about it.
40 plus years.
Yeah, if you really think about it.
Giving awards
out. He ain't been in it for 40 plus years. It ain't 40 plus years.
Now, meaning like being in hip hop.
Okay, you're right.
Because think about it, 40 plus years would mean we was babies when he was out. Then NWA wasn't that they wasn't out that damn old now. They a little bit. It wasn't.
He came out in the 80s though. It's almost 40.
Dre was a kid.
40,
Dre was 18 years old when he came into the music scene. Dre is like 56, 57 right now. He was in music since he was 18 years old.
But even what you just said, that's not 40 plus years. Do the math.
But like working in the club circuit, you know what I'm saying? Like working before he was with, before Ruthless Records, you know what I'm saying, with hating ass Lonzo in the world class record crew, still doing fucking dressing up like a glittery ass DJ. That was Dr. Dre was the original nigga with the glitter on his mouth.
Yeah, the eyeliner and stuff too.
That's a fact. Back in like 81. Back in like 81. Yeah, that's a fact.
He was doing disco shit. Like he was doing disco type shit.
Yeah.
Disco and R&B.
How come Angie Stone wasn't up there for the 50th? I wonder that.
Because her music too soulful.
Angie Stone was Angie B. Angie Stone came out as a rapper.
I don't remember that.
Still had too much. They don't give it to conscious people. Like the fact that KRS-One got something is amazing. But if the Grammys actually did something, like Rakim would have mad fucking Grammys.
He needs
Public Enemy would have mad Grammys if the Grammys actually did what they were supposed to do.
Rakim need an honorary. He needs something.
He does.
Never put a cuss every time I see that fact. Never put a cuss word in a bar. And I don't have the time to sit down and listen to every Rakim track to truly verify that, but I will when I get a study. When I get a
Angie Stone was BNTV. She came out before Roxanne Shante.
Shout out Roxanne Shante.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up, guys, on that one. It's the last topic for the day. Before we get to the last segment for the day, the deepest thought, allow Meek to talk about his podcast, Breaking Bread. I'm sorry.
Breaking Bread. Yeah, that's good.
Both of them.
Tell us, man, where can we find you? How can we listen to you? Are you on live? Are you on certain times? Tell us about yourself.
Well, basically, I do Breaking Bread through Zoom. So basically, because the name you're not gonna remember. So if you really want to find my information, just look me up on Facebook. My name is Love Mr. Incredible, and then from there, you'll see all of my episodes. You click that link, they go straight to my YouTube. I've been doing the podcast thing for about 3 years since the pandemic. It was just one of those things where I just was bored. I just wanted to try it out to see what happened because I always like communicating. So I said, you know what, let me just try the podcast and then see how it would go for me. And I ended up enjoying it. So, I talk about various subjects, but I tend to not get political because when you do political kind of things, it gets real messy and I'm not really for that. So I basically stay away from that. But everything else on my podcast, is fair game. I always like people to feel comfortable speak your mind, say what you want to say, but also on the flip side, make sure you're respectful, because communication goes a long way. Words can go a long way. Words can make somebody angry. Words can make somebody sad. Words can make somebody happy. So I'm always big on that.
Oh, he went mute for a minute. Went 0 dark 30. Okay.
Aliens took him.
Give him a couple seconds. They cutting all y'all off,
They took
man.
him.
Yeah. When y'all say stuff good, man.
There was too much positivity, too much black and too much love equal forever.
All right. Well, we'll wait till him to come back. Preezy, let you put yourself up here right quick. Listen up, listen in. Tell us about your show, where we can find you, and what's your show about.
Preezy from Listen Up, Listen In podcast. You can find me on Instagram, Linktree. You click that, you see all the platforms I'm on, and Facebook and TikTok too. I got a little thing in TikTok, and I'm like Meek. My podcast is basically self-love, self-improvement, motivating ourselves. I have different guests, and I like to, have people speak positive. I don't like all that slang and all that stuff. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't be coming up here, mother FOBs and all that hoes. I don't do that. But I have a lot of fun. I'll be on Podbean Live. And you can find me at Listen Up, Listen In. Well, www.listenuplissenin5687.com. And Listen Up, Listen In 5687@gmail.com. Come on my show. We have a good time. We laugh, we joke, we talk about things in life and how we can improve ourselves and how can we get these kids out these streets and trying to be mentors and helping them out because we're losing them. So
no, we had a good time the other day. It was crazy.
Yeah. Awesome. We have a lot of fun on my show. I keep it real.
Got it. All right, so we got Listen Up, Listen In, and Breaking Bread, and shout out for y'all. All right, so we're gonna go into the last segment of the show. Deepest thought. No opinion needed. Just watch.
About in school.
Martin Luther King Jr.
Martin Luther King Jr. What'd he do?
He died for his sins.
No, that was...
See, right? Go get that girl some Cold Stone ice cream. Yeah.
Pretty much. He died for white sin.
That's right.
She told it.
I love exactly that.
You about to correct them real quick. All right,
what you got?
Say what now? Oh, that's somebody said. What's Meek's podcast?
Yeah.
Breaking Bread. Go ahead and give it a shout out again. Then for your show.
He froze?
It's Breaking Bread. Like I said, my show is about positivity. I try to stay on a positive note. Like I said before I got cut off, I tried to stay away from the political thing because it can get nasty, and I'm not for that. I'm all about good vibes. Yeah, word. As soon as I said that, I froze. I'm all about good vibes and good energy, and I'm big on communication because a lot can be helped, a lot can be solved through communication. So I always make sure I always let it be known. Communicate, watch what you say and how you say it, because what you say can affect somebody, whether it's in a negative way or in a positive way. It's about the way you throw it out there. But I am on Breaking Bread. If you want to see my podcast, because I ain't gonna spell it out because y'all gonna be like, yo, this is too much. So just go on my Facebook and look up Love Mr. Incredible, and all of my Breaking Bread podcasts is on there. Or also, if you want to personally contact me, you can look me up at chaseourdreams87@gmail.com. Once again, that's chaseourdreams87@gmail.com.
All right, cool.
Dr. Lamar got a show too.
She gotta give me a graphic. I don't got no graphic, but go ahead.
Mine is completely different. It's boring. So
No, don't say that. We want to hear it.
It is. It's called The Truth of the Matter with Dr. Spencer. So
it ain't boring with you up there. I know that ain't true.
Probably get some like
get to the truth, get a whole good ass story.
So we talk about relationships, workplace bullying, and work-life balance. But the relationships be weird though. Some of them be like,
see, that's why it's not boring. See?
Yeah, like
exactly.
See, they talk about date like where anything that got to do a relationship. Your husband a gang member, now he out of jail and all that, like anything. Like really.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
We
Well, I appreciate everybody for coming on the show. Hostile Therapy with Big Red, with Lord Trent, aka LT, Preezy, Sparky T, Meek or Mr. Incredible, Breaking Bread. Dr. Lamar, appreciate you for coming on, getting some hostile therapy, not because you want it, but because you need it. And we'll be back next Thursday at 7 p.m. Y'all have a good night. Peace.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.